Now that's enough of that goddamn motherfucking preamble. Oh, God, yes, it is time. Another year has come and gone. 12 months. Something like 60 weeks. 365 days. And we're finally back here. We're back in the time of the year that everybody knows, everybody loves. It's Fighters February goddamn 3. That's right, we are back for the third outing. Can you believe it? We made it this far. I am, of course, your host, as always, Eric, the Iron Fist Clown, Prince Iron Fist, whatever the fuck you want to call me right now. I don't give a shit. We're here, we're queer. Well, okay, we're not queer maybe, but, well, not all of us are queer. I know I'm bi, but you get the idea. Fighters fucking February 3. And if there's anyone in voice chat, sound off. I turned off all the little notifications. I have no idea if anyone else is in here with me. Alright, I guess I'm alone right now. Oh well. Let's get to fucking work. Feels so good to be back. Because it's been a while since I've actually done a proper stream, because let me tell you this. I've been having a bit of a time in my personal life, but it doesn't matter. We're here now, it's the future, and everything feels bright. And of course, this is Battle K Road, the game that one of two games that we've used to kick off all three Fighters Februarys thus far. And of course, it's kind of the pole bearer for this year's theme, which is, of course, combat sports. We're talking wrestling, we're talking MMA. We're pretty much talking anything that isn't a traditional fighting game. That's with, you know, fire. Ooh, just a head kick down. No Street Fighters, no Guilty Gears, just real men going at it. And cyborgs sometimes. Oh, running the balls on that one. Oh. Ooh, won that one. Test number 1 completed. The old cyborg has been destroyed. And next up, one of the Muay Thai guys, Shinsuke Snickers Nakamura. Oh shit, that reminds me. I forgot to test a game for this month that I found that Shinsuke's actually in before his WWE game days. Oh. It's even got Butterbean and Don Fry in it. What a neglect. What a cast. Ugh. Come on. There. Oh. Feel that one.
A mysterious Rockforge arrives.
Ooh, it's about time. Where the fuck have you been for like the latter half of a year? It has been quite some time since I've heard your voice.
Same old.
Oh, I gotta fix your voice. Wait, shit. Say something now.
Bacon.
Bacon, what is this? 2010?
Yep, it's 2010, baby. Here we go.
Oh,
Watch
no.
Epic Meal Time.
Oh, no. How are they not dead? How did that not...
I don't know how they aren't dead.
Did that ruin any of them? I feel like it did. But still, it's good to hear you because, well, I'm not gonna name names, but unfortunately, one of our usual hosts, one of our co-hosts, will be unable to join us for a majority of the month. It seems. Nothing personal. He's not dead or nothing. He's not hurt. Like really bad last-minute technical mishap. But we hope that he'll be able to join us somehow throughout the month. Alright, I guess you want to do a set or two? Rock?
Trying to lab how the controls work.
Say what?
Trying to lab the control.
All you gotta do is hold down a button and release. It's the easiest fucking game. Especially if you play as a sumo, because they have a really good dizzy combo. Ugh, but I decided to play as the shoot fighters. Fighter. Which of course, as we all know, was one of the forebearers of modern MMA in Japan. Guys like Ken Shamrock. Bassroon, that's another one. He's another one. Yeah, it's just those two that I know that did shoot fighting. Which was like pro wrestling, but like more grounded in realism, like with open. Ah, fuck, I forgot. It's one of those games where you were stuck with the character, even if you continue. Anyways, shoot fighting. Basically, just a harder hitting pro wrestling with open palm strikes, and they all had to wear like the trunks with the knee pads and shin braces. It's a good look. Oh. I know that everyone in this game is based off of someone, but I'm not smart enough to remember who's who. And if only Lord Mo was here, he'd give me a good learning.
Well, good news. I just finished, good timing. Just Lord Mo here, finished my technical difficulties right as you said that.
Wow, it's like he's there with me right now.
Indeed. Well, most of my technical difficulties. I'm trying to find my fight cadence install.
Anyways, tell us, who's Cyborg D94 supposed to be?
That's the one with like the buzz cut, right?
Yeah, that's Max Headroom.
Yeah, I like that one. Dick Fry are maybe three. They always called him Dick Fry or Dick Fly sometimes, unfortunately.
Some Russian name.
Dutch.
Oh.
Yeah, like a lot of the early shoot fighting and shoot style movement were based off of I'm trying to remember the name. Out of Dutch kickboxing and judo gyms. There was this really goddamn famous like Dutch Olympic judoka who did a bunch of pro wrestling in the 70s that, in Japan in the 70s that caused the whole crossover. But I am blanking. I think I found it.
Now tell us about wrestling in France and in Argentina.
French pro.
You don't have to if you don't want to. We can save it for those streams if you want.
Oh yeah, well, and sadly, Titanes in el Ring and whatever they call French pro wrestling, sadly those never got games, but they're interesting.
Well, the thing is, not Titans Day Ring. I think it was something like 100% Lucha.
Yeah.
Had an unofficial SmackDown versus Raw mod disc passed around.
Yeah. Lance Boyles told me about that and showed me a few links. Sadly, he did not have a copy. Let me see.
Here's hoping he can pull through. That would be a great find. Either that or Buriki 1 becomes fully playable by month's end.
God willing.
I'm really hoping for a Fighters February miracle because, well, as we all know, for the intro, I recreated the Buriki 1 attract. And to do that, I had to go into MAME and play the intro in its current state. And it hurts because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, they're so close. Just got to tweak it a little bit more. It's so close, but it's so far and it hurts.
Oh yeah. I will say that. Ooh, wow, that's louder than I thought it'd be. Honestly. I'm testing to make sure I have everything set up right, because... Okay, yeah. Wow,
You sound good to me. I just had to lower you a bit.
Interesting. Yeah, I figured, looks like some of my inputs got scrambled. Oh, balls. Okay, maybe I'm not out of the forest on technical difficulties. I might have to switch to my Saturn pad.
The preferred way to play fight games. Well, it's the only good D-pad, most people say. But I give them a run for money that a good Sega Genesis, like a fresh Sega Genesis pad has an equally good D-pad.
I mean.
Then again,
same
I grew up.
basic architecture.
Then again, I might have a Sega bias because the Genesis was my first console.
It wasn't my first, but it was like the closest I ever was to the modern era until the Dreamcast. Hold on a second.
Oh yeah, I forgot. There's also the first UFC game on Dreamcast, but from what I've seen, it's just a prettier version of the PlayStation game. God, I can't wait to look at the one that's the one that's based off Pride, but it's pretty much the same engine.
Yeah, because I want to say that there was. Oh God, was it Anchor Incorporated?
Yes, it was Anchor. They
Yeah.
seemingly
They
did work on it.
Yeah, the studio that was mostly existed just to provide really sweet combat animations, especially grappling animations for like just floating around to different game companies, providing.
They did Virtual
Wrestling
Fighter. They did Fighting Vipers. They even made their
Yes.
own mascot man. I think they did one of the 2 crappy Raw games.
Yeah, in fact, Del Sol's mask, the mascot you're talking about, Del Sol's mask is actually a created character item in WWF Raw too.
Man, what a time that was to be a wrestling fan of wrestling games. Because every console had something. Like the GameCube had all the WrestleManias and Day of Reckoning. PlayStation had SmackDown vs. Raw. And Xbox had those 2 Raw games and 1 WrestleMania game made by the guys behind Tao Feng, Fist of the Lotus. Ooh. I'll challenge you after I take a next dive. Just letting you know.
Cool.
All right then.
Oh, here he is. My main
Yes.
man, 8-StarKaijin. It's live via
Hello,
phone.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a bit of my computer decided to just, well, I hit it and it just decided to stop wanting to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's generally what happens when you hit it.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Kinda-
Yeah, I
Sorry.
deserve every second of what happened.
It kind of sounds like you're trying to communicate with us from like the other side or another dimension right now.
yes, that's what happened in
I
kayfabe.
am.
8 got knocked into the Home for Infinite Losers.
I'm
The
glad.
bomb zone.
No, I liked what I
got sent
said
to the
better.
bomb zone. Oh, come on, you don't know. You don't get
Is the Bone Zone
Bone Zone
fucking?
the bomb zone is Kame's like other server.
Well, this is my server, and I say you're in an alternate dimension, or whatever they would used to say in Dragon Ball to skirt around death.
Mitch, it's the goddamn bones.
Carol Ann, don't go towards the light.
Anyways, do you think you're gonna be out the whole month?
Maybe we'll see if I can get it repaired before then.
All right, well, let's go.
Right on.
Fight it out.
All right,
I
I'll
was,
go as the guy from
not
Quantum
supposed to-
Leap.
I was actually not supposed to advise us to put your ass in the game, but then this happened, so.
Yeah, you just saved
Hey,
yourself an
Maybe
ass
if I
whipping.
get-
I've really got to turn down a Fight K2. Holy crap.
Maybe I should hit it some more.
No. that
Like,
will
what
not.
happens when you what happens when you try and turn it on?
So when I turn it on, it proceeds
Oh,
to
shit.
black out a few times, and then everything runs very slow, and I can't be able to actually.
Can you? It's a laptop you have, right? Can you try opening it up?
I would try that, but it's one of those
Oh,
things
shit.
that everything is soldered to the bottom of it. So I might get it.
Damn.
Well, how about you see how much it'll cost to fucking repair, and we'll do a fundraiser to
Oh,
get you a
money
new
is no
laptop. Oh.
I don't know about that last one.
Well, I was thinking about you because I don't want you to miss out, and I want you to be here as much as you
That's
can.
a fair point, but I hit it, and it's my fault that it got busted. I should be.
Well, friends help friends out whenever they can, and this seems like it's a serious thing, especially since you are a student, and you kind of do need a laptop for your works, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, No, not this.
Ugh. Well, just see what you can do first, and we'll see what happens.
Fuck that. Let's focus on the fighting. So what we got here is a beautiful moment of man versus machine. Man.
Ah,
Boxing versus pre-scripted events.
fist versus dick.
Yeah, that's right. Twist his. Okay.
Twist his dick. Just it's a fucking
Give me
UFC fight.
all-
Twist his dick.
Give-
Oh man,
Give
you
me
should.
all
We should
dick
talk about the
twist.
Just Bleed guy again.
Someone actually dug up the Just Bleed dude and
Yeah,
made an article
8.
about him.
Yeah, I listened to 8 read the whole fucking thing. It was amazing.
Fucking wild. Holy shit, I had no idea.
Yeah, basically I got into UFC because it was like what we were doing with chickens. God.
I mean, I'm glad it sounds like he's in a better place, but what the
Yeah,
fuck, man?
thank God, right?
Like, I always just figured he was kind of drunk and fighty, not like, you know, an actual blood fiend.
He's a, yeah, really. So what's the over-under that this is a pride ring we're in?
I don't remember how the over-under odds system works, but, like, very low. This would have been, like, the MGM Grand era. Specifically, this is... Oh, God, I think this... Was this at the... I can't remember the name of this fight,
Alright,
but
I'm back.
George Foreman versus Tommy Duke Morrison was, like, the
Tokyo
big
Dome?
heavyweight headline card of the mid-90s, which is what this is based off of.
Oh, man, that's nice.
Alright, so I tried explaining it a bit later, but I don't think I got it across. Explain what shoot fighting is, which is what the cyborgs do.
Yeah, well, okay, so shoot fighting and shoot wrestling, or shoot style wrestling, are kind of intertwined. Shoot style wrestling is basically, it's scripted, predetermined or scripted events, usually done on the fly as improvised sparring techniques. It's based off of real martial arts techniques. It came out of Antonio Inoki's strong style system.
Oh, God.
Is that a real system, or is he just making stuff up?
It was a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
That's just how
strong-
Inoki was.
Yeah, strong style was more of an ideology than a solid like style. It was mostly based off of catch-can pro wrestling and judo.
And now Shinsuke Nakamura is just using it as a label.
Yeah, well, thing is, he is far from the most egregious example of it, because strong style is one of those things that's just almost meaningless now, because a bunch of people decided to start copying Japanese All Japan Pro Wrestling tapes, which weren't strong style in the 90s, and started saying, oh, if I do a flip and say it's Japanese, it's strong style. It's not.
Yeah.
So shoot fighting was a branch, was a non-scripted branch off of the shoot style pro wrestling movement. Maybe, kind of. It's a little up in the air. So shoot fighting would have been Pancrase, Minoru Suzuki, Masakatsu Funaki, Baz Rutten, Ken and Frank Shamrock.
Yes, my main man.
What was his name? Yuki Kondo.
Akira Maeda, or whatever his name was.
Akira Maeda okay, so Pancrase was part of like 4 branches from the original Universal Wrestling Federation, which is the original shoot style movement. Kind of getting my ass kicked because this is my specialty topic. Oh well. No, Akira Maeda was just pure shoot style. He just also was really good at making international connections.
Even though he turned out to be kind of anti-immigration.
Which is weird because he's a Korean immigrant, but you know, as you know.
Oh God!
You know,
Yeah, don't worry. We'll dump on him more when we get to rings.
Oh God, yeah, no. If we can start dumping on the people in some of these games, we're gonna be in some.
Well, actually, okay. I don't mean to get Vince McMahon and provide commentary notes, but let's stay away from easy targets, like people who've had like actual problems and are otherwise just regular people, like Jake Roberts, for example. Let's not bring that up.
We might actually, hey, one of these games this month might actually have a alleged war criminal, so you know that's exciting.
Alleged what?
An alleged war criminal, so that's exciting.
okay, well, maybe one of the war criminals fine.
Oh, here. Okay, let's yeah, I'm stuttering my words. Let's just stay away from drug-related stuff.
Well, I'm just saying.
Like if they're just a generally awful person, then you know, open season. That's fair.
Yeah, hell yeah, like Vince McMahon.
Yeah, we can dump on him as much. We can pretty much dump on him the whole month, really. We don't gotta hold ourselves to the game that we're playing, you
Yeah,
know?
fuck Vince McNaga.
Oda McMahon.
Shit.
Oda McMahon is so powerful.
Oh, that was a close one. Robo's in chat. Hey, Robo. Wish you could be here. Love you, pal. But anyways, back to... I made a joke... Oh, wait.
Oh shit, also let me coin. Yeah, coins. Let me coins is the phrase I chose to say. Let me insert credits.
Give the machine a money.
Machine, accept my tokens.
And Sumo Man versus a screenshot from Quantum Leap. Here we go.
I wonder how good those Mikado boys are now.
Oh, they're
They're
incredible.
pretty good. Yeah.
Here's
no,
the
like,
thing. Mikado guys are like the kings of obscure fighting games. I mean, they have Riki 1. They are
actually,
powerful.
If I remember the right arcade, they actually have an unreleased game. Yeah, so.
That too. They also have a cabinet of Sango Generation, Chaos Reign, or whatever it was
What?
called.
What a bunch of ass.
Oh man, Rock, remember when we played that and it glitched so bad after that Shang face slam?
That's an amazing game.
And in one of the stages we were able to see like the skybox or whatever in like a tiny
Yeah,
corner.
it was the skybox, like behind the waterfall because they didn't finish it.
God, that was a mysterious
Okay,
game.
So, no, at least I just game. Like, no one here has.
Let me try and put you up a bit, 8. Hold on, Mo, just a quick moment.
Oh, sorry. Oh shit, that was actually
All right,
that was
8,
actually
speak.
an accident.
So no one in this game at this point that we've gone through has looked for an expert.
Sure. Oh.
Like sumos and cyborgs seem pretty fucking strong based off of the doctor told what I've done.
Well, the guys who made this were revolutionaries, clearly. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this is like an MMA game in my eyes. Like, way back when things were a lot looser.
Well, and also specifically, this has a lot of the varying combat sport disciplines of the time. We have Kyokushin, Karate, boxing, Muay Thai, yeah, Sambo, and shoot fighting. Yeah, I'll be gay Ultraman. And then
What?
the
Gay
Oh,
Ultraman?
yeah.
I know he's
Is he
Ultraman, but what makes him gay?
he has a lot of quotes about like, you know, your body is so beautiful, and in the end, he turns into a shirtless muscle man and flies into the distance.
Like Ultraman.
Yeah, it's like apparently an exact parody of Ultra 7, except erotic.
Yeah, that's just Japan. That's how it be.
Erotic part, but he definitely seems fucking good. And he reminds me of Duck King. Goodness God, destroyed that man's sternum.
But anyways, more games should reference Ultraman just out of nowhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it doesn't
Much
even have to be
how
like the giant
Evangelion
monsters.
is
Just have,
the Ultraman.
just like, just reference like some of the nicer cinematic shots from the show.
It's like
Because I remember
Just like
some of the
Evangelion.
older Ultramans have some really good cinematography.
yes, they do. And just like how Evangelion is the Ultraman homage of anime, we need the game that is the Ultraman homage for the genre of video.
Yeah,
In the
but
medium.
let's make sure it doesn't get co-opted by stupid nerds.
Oh shit.
It won't happen because no one thinks
free.
about Ultraman. And also, video games where you play as Ultraman, some places would be shit, but done well.
Well, there's been a bunch
But
of
unfortunately,
Ultraman
yeah, you have to-
games. Some of them are even fighting games.
Are they any good?
From what I've heard, yes. They're kind of gimmicky, but generally the consensus is that they're good.
Or they're
All right, here comes George Foreman.
dating or some sh-
Yeah, what was it? This is actually like a big pay-per-view fight that like were super disappointed when it actually came out, but they hyped it up as like the generation-defining heavyweight match.
Was it not Tyson at the Tokyo Dome?
I mean, this was supposed to be like the '90s answer to the '80s scene. So this was Foreman versus Morrison.
Oh God!
Oh no.
Ooh!
That sounds like a bad time for everyone in...
Yeah, it kind of played out like that, actually. I haven't seen it, but apparently, like, you know, neither man was willing to get into the Rumble that defined their careers because they knew how, you know, insane it would be.
Oh yeah, they were too afraid of losing their bodies.
Pretty much. And, you know...
So, which is interesting, because then you look over at, like, what is it? Pride, and you've got, what's his name, Kobayashi and Don Pride punching the shit out of each other in the ring.
Yeah, Takayama.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah.
guy.
They just grab each other, and they fucking punch each other in the face
You know, since we
without
brought
blocking for 10 seconds.
yeah,
Oh,
that was
God,
a real
yeah.
slobber knocker. You know, real quick, since we brought
Could
up
you
Don
imagine
Fry,
punching someone in the face while they punch you for 10 whole seconds?
I mean, it
I mean,
was more
that's-
than 10 seconds.
I
Like,
mean,
there-
that's how that
What?
manhwa I'm looking at is going. Like most of the fights in
What?
that thing
Wait,
is just rapid fist
Was
punching.
it 10 seconds? How long was it? I always forget how long it was. I've seen it myself, but it's like,
I want to say it almost went to the... I want to say it almost went to the second round.
because, like, there's that one specific moment in the match where they grab each other and they start fucking punching the shit out of
No,
each
that's
other.
the...
And they don't
You've described every moment in the match. There's like a brief moment where like I think like Takayama trips Fry and they're on the ground for a second and they get stood back up because neither of them are doing shit.
Ooh, ah.
And neither of them doing shit. And then they just immediately resume. Immediately proceed to grab each other's head and start punching again.
that was one of the coolest things I've ever fucking seen.
Oh yeah.
You know, since we mentioned Don Fry, can I just say something?
What?
Don Fry looks like he would play Mike Hager in a Final Fight fan film.
I do believe someone actually got him to play like Hagar.
Yes, I hope so, because I look at him and think, wow, Mike made it out of the real world. And the ironic thing is, Mike was originally a wrestler, like a pro wrestler, and even Don Fry had his own little stint at it too. So he's perfect. He is Mike Hager for all intents and purposes. He just needs to wear like a big belt around his torso.
I mean, he already wore American flag shorts, so big belt around the torso is not out of the question. Ah, damn.
Yeah, don't forget Butterbean even had his time in MMA.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was kind of like he was a puzzle. That it was like all you had to do was solve the puzzle, but good fucking luck.
The puzzle was just gotta get him down, but the thing is, he fucking hits like a truck.
Shoutouts to Ikuhisa Minoa, who opted to go for a running cross the ring drop kick to open the match.
Nice.
Oh my god!
On Butterbean?
Yeah, that was his tactic against Butterbean. Was just,
What?
you know,
Did it work?
I can't remember if he won the match, but the drop kick itself didn't work. He just kind of like bounced off, and, like he like hit Butterbean, who staggered back a few inches.
Oh,
and
Butterbean
just
used his fat like Mr. Hart.
Mr. Hart.
Yeah. Yeah, like Butterbean just like staggered backwards several steps and looked like, what the fuck was that?
Amazing.
Oh my god! Oh, it turned into the Mr. Hart fight. That's great.
Who won the fight? Takayama? I mean, whoever you said.
I
forget
don't know.
the
I
name.
can't remember. Minoa was a really wily dude. He was kind of like the slightly more suicidal, kind of less successful.
Kazushi?
Sakuraba. Yeah.
That's another man of mine I love, because he, of course, was the inspiration for Guy Tendo.
Okay.
That's
was-
possible.
Was
Well, I mean,
Sakuraba
go-
good?
Yeah, Sakuraba was great. The problem was like they kept putting him against people who were like above his weight limit.
No, not that. He misweighted or whatever. He pretty much snaked his way into other weight classes just to take on dudes.
Well, also part of it was that like other people would be like the Japanese were just in love with the underdog story, and he was good at choking out big fuckers. But the problem is some of those big fuckers like hit real good.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I see him as possibly being be inspiration for guys because, well, like Guy, he represents MMA, and of course, for a while, he did have red hair, Sakuraba.
Yeah, I've never.
Also,
looked up
SNK just likes to reference stuff.
well, I've never looked up.
I mean,
the
he's
timeline.
also Oh, sorry. Go
I've
ahead.
never looked up the timeline, but like he seems to be pretty based off of
打ってこいよ
Baki
Ooh.
Grappler.
Oh
who
shit!
was
He
based
is
off of,
based off of
Wait, hold
Baki.
on, wait, stop! I gotta fix something.
all right, Baki himself being based off of the early MMA pioneer Naoyuki Taira, who actually voiced
That's
someone
what
in
it
the
is.
original Baki OVA.
Okay, had to fix something and go.
Yeah, he's.
I've watched that OVA. It's not very good.
It's okay.
It's all right.
I don't like that they gave. Did he always have the red trunks, or was that something that happened later on? Because he had blue trunks in the OVA.
I don't remember. I think the red trunks
Yeah.
were
Okay.
later.
So. No, the red trunks were the original thing, but then as time went on, yeah, you know. How it is.
Anyway, so back
Speaking of
to
which-
Sakuraba. Who were you saying he was most likely based off of?
Oh, so Guy Tendo, my thought was he was based off of Baki the Grappler with some Sakuraba, and Baki the Grappler was based off of Naoyuki Taira.
What'd he do?
I'm not as familiar with Naoyuki Taira because he was pre-Pride days. He was like Shuto and shoot boxing era. He was kind of like the early archetype of the Japanese like MMA madman who just does shit because it's cool and might work. Another proponent of the flying kick.
God.
God, I love Scott. I don't know why, but I really like the aesthetics of the older shoot fighting when they all had the trunks and the knee pads and the shin guards.
Oh yeah, the wrestling boots, the shin guards, the huge chunky knee pads. I've seen this look called the moon boots wrestling look a lot, and I'm into it.
I know Ken Shamrock's still doing it in Impact.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a good look. I don't believe any actual like shoot as an actual.
I don't think,
real
yeah,
shoot
no
fighting
one
organization.
uses it anymore. The
Yeah,
thing is,
well,
shoot
Pancrase
fighting I'm sorry, is shoot fighting still a thing even?
Well, it's in the sense that shoot fighting was just a general term for MMA and goddamn Magic Pixel.
Yeah.
As far as the original like Pancrase or U System rules, every now and then there's a specialty event, but not really. It's mostly gone the way of the dodo.
Damn.
Even Pancrase, who I do want to say Shudo is still around. I don't know. They were the ones who originated the MMA gloves, though, so I don't know if they're still doing the same basic thing.
Okay. That.
You know what we haven't really done yet this stream? Let's shit on WWE for a minute.
Okay, let's start with my good old fan favorite.
When Mr. McMahon
let's
said the
start-
N-word right in front of Booker T and John Cena.
Yeah, that's a good one.
See, I was actually going to be a bit more topical and talk about their current product, because,
Oh,
you
I
know,
haven't watched that.
the intro to WWE, the intro to SmackDown uses an AC/DC song that keeps asking, "Are you ready for a good time?" I say yes, I am ready for a good time. But I watch SmackDown and the good times never come.
What?
Like, for weeks on end, they keep doing this bit with King Corbin, whatever his fucking name is, and Roman Reigns. And, like, Corbin is, like, heel in this situation, I guess, and he's... It's annoying. Like, it always ends in some, like, shitty dog pun or dog joke, because Roman Reigns is the big dog. And last night they had a match that was, like, winner has to eat dog food or loser has to eat dog food or something. It's like... This is why your stocks are plummeting, Vince. This is why everyone's going to AEW now.
This hurts the ass and kills the man.
All I'll say is I haven't really paid attention to any modern wrestling product like for a while. But I was on Facebook because I'm taking a Twitter break, and IWA Deep South, which is kind of like one of
There's
the
a dizzy!
classic,
I keep forgetting what the grab is.
hard head that motherfucker.
Oh, that's brutal.
But anyways, you were saying?
Oh yeah. IWA Deep South, which is kind of like a classic, one of the classic early 2000s trash indie promotions.
Like it's supposed to be wrestling like Jim Cornette loves so much.
No, there's a lot of like deathmatch. I think Jim Cornette does not have love for IWA Deep South.
He doesn't like
Anyways.
anything. He
I
only
cannot
likes it
die-
when everything was like wrestling back there in the territory days.
Anyways, I was gonna say that their IWA Deep South is running a shoot style tournament, so I guess we can just say whatever the fuck we want and make it, you know.
I'll
Like,
I'll pay top dollar for that as long as everyone's wearing those knee pads and shin guards.
Well, I'm actually apparently several of my friends. I have several mutual friends with someone who's in the tournament, and he said he was going to do Pride soccer kicks.
Yes.
And so I'm like, you know, he also said it's a payday, man. I've wanted to wrestle this dude forever. I'm like, I'm not holding this against you. I'm holding this against IWA Deep South. But I'm like, you know what? Soccer kicks were illegal in traditional shoot style, but I didn't bring it up because soccer kicks are fucking rad. Hell yeah, soccer kicks.
Do him dirty while he's down. Kick him in front of their dad.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let me ask this question real quick. What are the girls supposed to represent in style?
I believe they are called traditional jujitsu, or just called jujitsu in the. I believe they're just called jujitsu in the arcade manual, but
Oh, fuck.
they're a little bit more animated than the rest, so they're kind of, I think, just supposed to be another early mixed martial arts type thing.
Yeah.
Because they don't really have that much like grappling going on. I mean, Yuki does a concho, which is, I guess, kind of like an oil check in traditional wrestling, but you know, not really.
Oil check.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's
That's what it's called in wrestling terms.
yeah. Oh god, yeah. So oil check is if your opponent won't move. It's not technically illegal to just kind of like
Stick your fingers up their butt and check for lumps.
pretty much.
It appears there appears to be some sort of block.
Also, just a quick.
Pin.
Rest in peace to anyone who tries looking at Battle K Road, because you'll find some shit that's not very good.
Hooray!
I'm sure we all know what I'm alluding to. Let's not speak its dark name. Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
I don't
damn.
know, but I kind of don't want to know.
You know, it's really sad. I just tried to break the hold like you do in Astral Bout 3. That's not how this game works.
Oh, that reminds me. Didn't you say there was some terrible thing with the cast in Astral Bout, or was that the alleged murderer you were referring to?
Should we say that for Astrobout?
You know, don't tell me. In fact, do not tell
Yeah.
me at all. Keep your mouth shut about it until we get to that.
No, I don't believe. There's a few things in those people's past, mostly organized crime ties.
Oh.
No, don't tell
yeah.
don't tell me anymore. If we can dump on him, great.
Well, I'm not gonna dump on Hans Neumann because he's fucking dead, but other than that, sure.
Aw.
Well, here's the thing. I think we can dump on dead people as long as they've been really not good people in their life, like Hitler.
Well, the other thing about organized crime and possible activities is that a
Sometimes
lot
people
of these
just-
things are hard to prove.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
There's a lot of allegedly.
Like allegedly, this man was responsible for cutting his little piece. This guy into little pieces.
Well, like the members of Rings Russia get a little hazy because, like,
Russia. They
yeah.
went global or tried to.
Oh no.
yeah, oh yeah, they did. Rings not only had its own teams. There was Rings Netherlands, or sorry, Rings Holland, Rings Russia, Rings Bulgaria, Rings Georgia, and occasionally Rings USA and Australia.
Yes.
Oh, good.
As far as I know, I don't know if they ever ran any shows in Georgia or Bulgaria, but they did run shows in Russia, the Netherlands, and I believe one in the US.
Amazing.
Oh, and there was also technically Rings Finland, but that was just one guy who was really terrible. And that guy was also a piece of shit, but he's dead too, so,
Just the one guy, really?
yeah, it was Tony Holm, aka he was Ludwig Borga in WWF.
No idea who that is.
And
So.
the Viking in Fight Zone.
Fight Zone. God, it's been a minute since I've thought about that. You should
Yeah.
tell everyone about Fight Zone real quick. That seems pretty pertinent to Battle K Road, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, Fight Zone was. And this is confirmed. I talked to Henry Diamante, who was a member of the cast. He only had one fight that's still on tape, though he was a member of the prototype version of the Fight Zone, which is called Future Fights, which is how I found him. But Fight Zone was this like awesomely cheesy thing in the early '90s when we were still figuring out what mixed martial arts was.
Right.
No one knew how to handle it, so what they did was they just got a bunch of like Hollywood stuntmen and martial artists, and mostly like stuntmen and stunt coordinators, and told them just start making up fight scenes on the fly. And what you have is this beautifully '90s, just like cheesy fight scene extravaganza of just worked matches that was legitimately meant to be a direct competitor to the UFC.
Amazing.
Yeah, and like the thing is, again, since it was supposed to be like real techniques, real fights, but since UFC was just starting to show us what that actually looked like. There was a whole lot of like spinning axe kicks and or spinning wheel kicks and axe kicks and
Wheel
dope
kick.
shit. And some really rudimentary grappling. It was weird. There was like just one fight zone match. It was randomly 2 huge amateur wrestlers, and it owned because it was just like suplexes all day.
Just like an actual match.
More or less, yeah.
See, the thing is, so for everyone who doesn't know, I've been working on my own kind of MMA OC story, because of course.
Right.
But I keep trying to look into like earlier, like UFC boom era type stuff, like other companies trying their hands at MMA. And there was this one that I found that was apparently done out of Canada, and after its one event, everyone got arrested or something.
Oh hell yeah, that sounds awesome.
And the thing is, there was a video of it too, but now it's gone. And I didn't save it. There was some guy in there fighting in fucking diesel jeans and boots with a black tank top.
Oh my god.
God. And the thing is, the story, like, I'm theming the rules of MMA in my story more off of early Pride and Curriculum because, again, of course I would. Fuck realism, right? But it's just, God, I need to find more of this trash bag MMA kind of stuff.
I could probably hook you up with a few people on Twitter who like just goddamn like combat sport historians, more or less, who not only like all that old stuff, they also one of them watches I don't know how to pronounce this gonna mangle, like Seryun, which is Korean.
Serum, yes, I know about that. I have an OC who's doing that. It's like folk wrestling where you like both parties wear a belt and you gotta just grab each other and throw each other by the waist.
Yeah, and like belt and collar style, especially like belt style, like folk wrestling is pretty common. But something about the Korean form involves a lot of like underhooks and kind of like almost spinning neck breakers sometimes.
You know who did Serum for a while, right? Hong Man Choi, the Korean monster.
Yeah.
I love that guy. It should be no surprise that I love that guy because he's fucking big and like you look at him, you look at his face from the side, he looks like a human version of the Chad meme, man.
Yeah, I love him. He's one of the better freak show fighters that I know of.
He's a genetic freak.
Oh yeah.
He's not normal.
He really isn't.
Oh shit.
God, he fought Bob Sapp too in both that stupid manhwa and in real events. I think K1 Dynamite.
Thank God, I thought you meant. See, I thought you meant only he didn't actually really fight him in actual life, but then you said yes.
No, the thing is that manhwa. I looked up the release history. Their K1 fight was in 2005, I believe. That manhwa came out in 2006, and that manhwa is. I don't know if I should continue any further because I want to keep continuing forward just to see how they'll use the real dudes in comparison to their fake dudes. But sometimes there's some bullshit I just hate. Like, for example, there was a fight between Matt Hughes, a UFC dude, and some, I guess, Taekwondo dude. They weren't really, it's not really clear because, of course, I can't read Chinese. But it's like, they immediately cut away from that fight to deal with some of the comic's main characters. And the thing about this comic is that it's been going on since the 90s and they have all these crazily different arcs. It's just, it's a mess. And the thing is, I really want to see how they do Ken Shamrock. I really hope he comes to the ring in the fucking pancrase pads. Anyways, what else?
I thought you were gonna say something wild. Like, I don't think I can keep reading this manga due to the very racist portrayal of Bob Sapp, and I'm like, uh-oh.
The thing is, that's just Asia in general with black people most of the time, especially in that.
As I understand it, Bob Sapp did kind of play into it a bit, but
didn't you also tell me about some other dude who was kind of in MMA at the time and he had to play that up a bit or whatever?
Kevin Randall, man, God, man, I wish that dude had gotten like he did a little bit of pro wrestling, and he was such a natural, but like only one company used him.
What company?
Fighting Opera Hustle, which is kind of the most beautiful pro wrestling thing to ever
I
exist.
think you've told me about that because I asked you, hey, what's with this dude in the Nazi regalia?
Yep, that was Generalissimo Takada, who, Takada, again, one of the shoot-style pioneers. So basically, he was early MMA royalty who, unfortunately, by the time real MMA rolled around, was not only kind of old and busted, but also hadn't really been combat tested for over a decade. So Pride was actually originally designed as a vehicle to get Takada's name back on people's lips after his company UWFI folded. It didn't work. He got his shit pushed in by like everybody.
Everybody?
You know, Mark the Hammer Coleman, who was Kevin Randleman's training partner, and also a pretty good pro wrestler when they were a tag team together. The Hammer lost to Takada, but it was a really obviously worked. Like, it was so fake. So fake.
So tell us about Hustle and that one match where someone has a head beam or something.
Yeah, so Hustle was a very interesting, it was first off, first thing you need to know was that it was the sister promotion of Pride. It was supposed to be kind of like big American-style soap opera pro wrestling with the distinctly Japanese Yakuza money cocaine twist.
Before that actually came out as, oh wait, that's how Pride was funded.
Yeah, and that's also why Hustle dissolved, was because once Pride's Yakuza ties came to light, oopsie daisy.
Yeah, no one's gonna want that on TV.
Yeah, basically, turns out just Dream Stage Entertainment dissolved, and that was the end of Hustle and Pride. Anyways, yeah, Hustle was this really cool, like, fusion pro wrestling, like, experiment. It was basically Master Hand, as represented by Yakuza money, just grabbing anything and everything out of the toy box and throwing at each other. You had, like, the hottest indies, the hottest Super Junior indies of the American early 2000s. You had, like, Lucha Libre, you had Shoot Style, you had real-ass martial artists. They would always have this story where, I want to say it was Naoya Ogawa, who was a legitimate Olympic judoka and New Japan Pro Wrestling veteran at this point, or not veteran, but an alumni. He was kind of like the hero in the story, where it was him versus Generalissimo Takada, who I don't know what his whole motivation was, but he was kind of shunned by the pro wrestling and MMA world. Might have something to do with that. So it was the Hustle Army versus, or I can't remember what they call themselves. It's like the Hustle Group versus the Takada Monster Army, which was represented by a blend of like mixed martial artists, random American wrestling legends, and monsters.
Like literal monsters?
Oh yeah, like for a while they had this whole thing where there would be
An Ultraman monster?
Yes, exactly.
Yes!
Like
Kaiju Big Battle!
For a while their opening matches were the Hustle Ranger team, who are like Sentai Rangers. Each one of them was like a different style, and they would fight against a trio or do a tag team of monsters who were just like one monster, literally monster of the week gimmicks. Like, take some flippy dude and put him in. They have like the Flying Vampire Brothers or something like that. One of my favorites was the Super Mario Brothers, who are
Sonic themed.
They were aliens they were like alien monsters who are based off of a combination of the Super Mario Brothers and Mario Moss Balls.
The hell's that?
Mario Moss Balls are this Japanese thing of algae balls that. Yeah, it's like a national treasure in Japan. They are literally just like balls of algae.
God, this sounds
now
amazing.
Now I know where those balls of No More Heroes came from.
Yep.
Dragon Ball.
Oh!
If I just stick my feet out in the air and you run into them, that's technically your fault.
Yeah.
If I swing my arms around and start moving,
and you get hit, that's your own fault.
Your own fault. And if I start kicking, like this, it's your own fault. Then you just see a hard cut to Marge just looking over at here's the fucking shit.
Oh.
What is it? A shit ton of punches and kicks, and you hear the kids groaning.
Oh.
It's one of my favorite gags.
Oh shit.
Ooh, as a, I forgot to tell you this, but when Conan O'Brien had his podcast, there was this one episode he did with, I think Jeff Goldblum or Wanda Sykes, where
Beautiful one,
his
too.
kid finally watched an episode about that it was written by him, and he says
Oh, shit.
his kid asked, Dad, what's pornography? And he goes, where did you hear that? I saw it on an episode of The Simpsons that you wrote, Dad.
Oh, beans.
and then Conan just goes silent, dead silent for a few seconds, and he goes, and I told my son that was written by a different Conan.
God, that's amazing. Almost as amazing as the times X-Pac keeps opening his asshole.
Oh, yes, X-Pac. Opening his
Deal
asshole
with the
to-
X Factor. God, I love DX. I love their stupid 2000s rebrand.
I love their stupid tendency to tell their enemies and rivals if they don't like it.
The mythical openweight division, folks. Oh shit. I did not mean to let the button up, but I did.
Oh wow, he's actually doing pretty good for fighting someone against way higher than him. I spoke too soon. And this fight is gonna go about as well as you'd expect.
Oh shit.
You know, I can't really say that anymore, can't Sometimes it's not that obvious who will win, even when they're like of a higher weight count.
Yeah, I remember you making a big deal about Kazushi Sakuraba like that.
Oh yeah, because I was like, I honestly believe that he was that good. Because I didn't know. And he pointed out the part about the Gracie hunt. Or him being a Gracie.
Oh, let's see what time we can almost at the halfway point for the night. We can take a break in a few minutes.
Ah, so we can hear one of the cable commercial breaks.
I mean, things about Sakuraba being good and like how that's kind of like MMA gospel is because it's true. It just happens that they sent him in against the deadliest guys who were twice his size. It wasn't like they sent him against like fat chuds. They were sending him him into a ring against like, oh, it turns out this guy's the size of a tank and hits like a tank.
Do you think he would have been?
Survive?
Do you think he would have been able to beat Butterbean?
Maybe. It depends on how silly he gets. I'm sure he'd have a plan, at least. Which, like, that's more than Manoa had, because Manoa's plan was run into the wall and jump off of it. Which was, you know, glorious. I think Manoa is just ultimately trying to find his way to Valhalla.
Yeah. God, that reminds me of when I was watching Bellator a few weeks back when they had a Ryzen crossover event. I forgot the match, but some dude did some crazy thing off the cage wall. I was like, that was awesome.
Oh man, I didn't see that.
Yeah, the main event was a rematch between Fedor Emelianenko and Rampage Jackson.
Oh yeah, I saw a little bit of that.
I
Kind of made me
know
sad.
Jackson came out to the old Pride theme, which, how much did they have to pay to UFC for that? Because Zuffa owns Pride, technically. Second of all, geez, he did not look good. This was kind of a squash. You can tell that Emelianenko's going to win it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is about, like, old fighters is, you know, it's unfortunately anime lied to us. Old fighters are just kind of sad.
Yeah.
Old fighters are just kind of sad, and it turns out that the people who are really terrible are the ones who are better at hurting people professionally. Anime was a lie.
What? I never bought it. I don't really see too many anime that have that, so...
Any Dragon Ball, Master Roshi?
Oh, you mean shit that doesn't have real fighting to begin with? Okay, well,
No,
yeah, I guess that.
The old dude in the super ancient dude in Baki the Grappler.
He would not.
Yeah, but that's
last.
Baki.
I mean, the thing is,
Baki's
just like,
insane.
oh yeah, I mean, Baki is a world where like fighting spirit is an actual tangible thing. Like, I'm pretty sure there are hospitals in.
Oh no! Don't even go. No, let's not.
Yeah, if anything, let's
The
have a
fucking
Osu
caveman
Karate
who
Boo.
comes out of.
Yeah, and that caveman was powered by fighting spirit. I mean, fighting spirit distorted the chain of evolution in mankind. Okay.
I'd believe it.
Fucking Vegito Hanma served in the Vietnam War.
He
Without
committed a
any
war
weapons.
crime.
He's a war criminal.
Is he?
Actual war criminal. Yes, Vegito Hanma is a war criminal.
What did he do specifically? I was only
What
making
do
a
you
joke.
mean? What doesn't he do?
Motherfucker, I've never fully read Baki. There's like
He's
a
a
thousand.
rapist, he's an abuser, he's a murderer, he's...
I meant, what did he do
No,
specifically during Vietnam?
Oh, man.
I don't remember that chapter, but I believe it.
Oh, fuck. It's like, I don't remember they don't say specifically what he did, but you can imagine based on the fact that he has raped people before. He is kind of a huge he kind of did something probably, incomprehensibly bad.
Fair enough. Ugh. Anyways, if we want to talk about stories that started out grounded in realism and became fighting game bullshit, let's talk about Osu Karate Boo.
Jesus, Osu Karate Boo was so weird because I tried to read it and like it just turns into a fighting game with no warning whatsoever. It's like
I
one
love
chapter.
that.
It's like one chapter, it's a comedy, and then in the very next chapter, it's a serious like fighting game plot with really bad art.
Well, I need to read it because I know that
funny
game
how,
rules, that
like-
OVA's fun, and the fact that it's about delinquents, that's pretty much one of my aesthetics.
Have you read Roku?
I always appreciate
No, I have not read Rokudanshi Blues. I have not read Crows. I'll get to them
Oh,
eventually.
Kuzanashi Blues? I love that. Well, I mean, I haven't finished it.
I
but-
have.
Yeah, I haven't
tried
finished it
reading.
yet,
I tried reading Crows multiple times, but nothing clicks with me. I guess I like it when my delinquency is a little more flashy, a little more over the top.
Wait, what were you saying about Kuzanashi Blues, Lord Mel?
Man, that series whips ass. I haven't finished it though.
Oh, it's so good. You would like Kuzanashi Blues. Because that's right up your, that's what you need, that's what you want.
I want to say that one of the characters in Goiken Muyo 2, the delinquent boxer, I really do think that his like unlockable outfit is based off of Tyson Maeda's boxing outfit from Rokudenashi
Sounds
Blues. I
good to
could
me.
be wrong.
Yeah, but yeah, I gotta appreciate anime though when they are grounded.
Oh,
Because when they actually taking the time to be grounded, they're...
Oh shit. Hey,
Take
come
the-
on, I put my hand out in peace, you motherfucker. I totally didn't just
Actually-
accidentally jab.
Seems that sports anime really do handle like the battle formula really well without having to resort to actual supernatural powers.
Yeah, like,
Like-
this... Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, I was gonna say Akino Joe is a pretty good example until Harima shows up. But then when Harima leaves, it's back to normal. Let's see. The Prince of Tennis, Captain Tsubasa, pretty much anything related to
Captain
like one out.
Tsubasa. God, I love and hate Captain Tsubasa because I hate it because it's about soccer and I don't care about footy. But I love it because they have so much stupid bullshit. Like that guy who sits on top of the ball, kicks it, and travels across halfway across the fucking field like it's nothing. God.
And then there's, let's see. Captain Tsubasa is a little grounded, but yeah.
Now, as far as
Sports anime?
series...
Oh, Slam Dunk! Slam Dunk!
Slam Dunk is consistent.
No, that's what I mean. Slam Dunk is like, Slam Dunk handles the battle anime formula, but with like basketball and being grounded, and it never once feels boring.
No, absolutely not. Excuse me. But Slam Dunk's a good
Also,
one.
the theme song kicks ass.
I wanna say I love you.
You know, so I'm looking at some of Yuki's moves, like the big shove, and she has like the rolling kick. I kind of wonder almost if she's based off of Koppojutsu, which was one, the style that the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo started adapting in the late 80s, early 90s, Jushin Liger being a proponent of it. But two, apparently they were actually doing like full contact competitions around this time, which is really rare for traditional martial art.
Wow. That sounds kind of stunning. Oh, hey!
Damn shit.
Let's talk about something that doesn't often get cheating.
Well, we're gonna have to save that because we are now at the break point of the stream, everybody.
Cool, because if we're talking about cheating in combat sports, I really want to talk about Dirty Bob Schreiber.
Well, we'll get to that in a few
Okay,
minutes, but for now, break time. Everybody hit the bathroom and do what you need. We'll be right back. And we're back. What matters for everybody?
Why, hello, everyone. It's me and my co-host. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Also, like, I'm trying to remember my Parsec password. I ran into an unexpected difficulty here.
What?
Oh, uh-oh.
Damn it, it's not that. Damn it, it's that. I mean, cool, it's that.
Yes, Mode. Please do not tell us about your password right now, live on stream, where everyone can hear you.
Well, if you must know, my password is your mother's social security number.
Oh, no! I know my mother's social security number.
Yeah, well, you know what they say. Winners don't do drugs.
632.
No, don't stop! Don't do that! What the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker? Oh. Whoa. Put on the vine.
I pretty much only
We're
ever
off to a great start.
I really hope that wasn't your actual mom's number.
Nah.
I think that'd be a fucked up thing to know about your parents, honestly. Now, if you'll excuse me if I do Parsec wrong. I literally only use it for streams, even though I recognize it's very useful, and I should probably use it more.
Yeah. Fun fact, the noted asshole Biz, once I tried selling him on Parsec for the longest time.
Well, what happened?
He kept saying it's bullshit,
Biz.
but then he was like, okay, Eric, you were right. I was like, damn right I am, you fucking bitch. Fuck Biz.
You're really lording that one on him, huh?
I just accidentally clicked something on my monitor, and it opened a very large photo of early mixed martial arts fraud Bart Vale, which is interesting.
Fraud?
Wait, hold on. I think I saw a video about this guy. Can you post it in chat real quick?
You probably did, yeah. I think there's a video about him floating around about
because I know some dude was doing a bunch of videos about frauds, and he was talking about like Frank Dukes.
Yeah, Bart Vale was trained in shoot-style pro wrestling, and thing is, he took all of his scripted fights, his worked fights, and came over to America when UFC was first taking off, and promoted himself as a mixed martial arts champion using footage of his scripted fights.
God, you can only do that in the early 90s before.
Why did he
widespread internet.
feel that he needed to work? Why did he need to lie about it?
Because he wasn't that much of a fighter in real life. He got a UFC gig off the back of it, and I don't think he ever won.
You know who did get a gig at one of the early UFCs? An actual neo-Nazi.
Gerard Gordeau, Savate champion.
Oh.
Well, that was some other dude.
Oh God, was he actually good?
Gerard Gordeau was kind of the real deal. He also kind of had like some pretty glaring weak spots, and was also a cheating motherfucker.
Well, let's see.
Let's talk about the cheating aspect of combat sports now.
Well, first, let's get Biz. Biz. I am so sorry, Mo. I did not need to do you like that.
I don't even really know who the fuck you're talking about, so I'm all good.
You're some asshole.
That's okay with me. Okay, I think I have... Are you still, I don't know if I have your current computer on Parsec here.
What? Read to me what it says.
Eric Vertu.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, well, connecting.
I never processed it. That's what it actually... I just read it as, oh, hey, that's Prince.
Press up.
Wait, hold a second. Up.
Yeah, nothing.
Did that do it?
No, we're gonna have to
It says the host is doing something else right now. Please wait a moment.
Right, I forgot. I gotta approve the apps and shit. It's such a pain in
Right.
the ass.
Well,
I
Gerard
didn't think you
Gordeau.
needed to do that.
I don't want to talk too much about Gerard Gordeau's cheating because some of it was like really beyond the pale.
Okay, go. Try now.
Okay. Hold on a second. Up. Uh-oh. Am I not in focus? Okay, I'll press square. See what happens. Okay. Let me try keyboard.
Yeah,
Oh, fuckles. Hold on.
wait, let me
Okay,
check your privileges here. Let's see. Keyboard, gamepad, yeah.
So I will say Gerard Gordeau was on
I'll
the
just restart
receiving end.
menu.
Yeah, on the receiving end of one of my favorite pieces of cheating in MMA, which just because of who it happened to was Hoist Gracie, kind of a fraudster, if we're being honest.
How's he a fraud? Okay, no, explain this match, then explain Hoist's bull.
Okay, so the end of UFC 1 was Hoist versus Gordeau.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a whole kerfuffle with Gracie versus Shamrock, where
Yeah,
Shamrock
apparently
tapped
he wasn't allowed to wear his shoes or some bullshit.
Well, it was that, and also
There we
apparently
go.
he tapped a few times, but the referee didn't recognize it. And Shamrock himself says it was basically inexcusable, but I was running on adrenaline at that point. The match was supposed to end before it did, and it didn't. And Hoist was really pissed. So at the end of UFC 1, when he started choking noted piece of shit Gerard Gordeau,
He was actually just legitimately strangling him.
yeah, he pretended to not understand what the ref was saying while he just continued to strangle Gerard Gordeau, which I'm like, couldn't happen to a nicer person.
Yeah. Anyways, game 2, and the other game we've started every other Fighters February off with, Holocene. But first, before we speak any further, we gotta say hello to a certain Mr. Holocene himself.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Welcome to the Holocene, the martial arts world championship competition. Pulse pounding action guaranteed.
It says you're doing something
Now
else.
let's introduce
Sorry,
the fighters.
I had to adjust the OBS. Alright, jump in.
Okay.
Alright, so we got Muay Thai, we got our Kyokushin, we got our wing, I'm not sure what martial arts he's supposed to be. We got our world's martial arts champion.
Player 1, self-taught martial artist. Are you ready for the time of your life?
I love doing that, making him say, self-taught martial artist, are you ready for the time of your life? Oh man, I just realized we can do the green screen thing again. Alright, so whoever wins the first 5 matches chooses the first background we CG in.
Aww. I wish I could.
Alright, so... Alright.
What's the limitations of the green screen again?
What?
What are the limitations of the green screen?
Winner chooses. Just as long as it's not porno or anything, you know, that could get me in actual trouble.
No. I meant, like, what is the green screen's limit?
What do you mean?
Can it do GIFs?
I guess, yeah, I could do GIFs. But
That sounds
anyways,
good, Nightmare Zone.
for anyone who's not familiar with Holocene, this was one of 2 games Sega made for a very specific arcade unit. Basically, the gimmick is
Oh, shit.
it was some kind of holographic gimmick where like it would reflect a screen off of a curved mirror inside a cabinet or some bullshit. This is one of the 2 games. The other one was Time Traveler, which was designed by the co-creator of Dragon's Lair. And it's pretty much Dragon's Lair, except you're a cowboy traveling through time to save a fantasy princess. I played it at a arcade once.
How was it?
Have you played Dragon's Lair?
No, but I
If it's anything like Dragon's Lair, it's probably really bad, but also not as good as Dragon's Lair, because at least Dragon's Lair was really amazing to look at.
Yeah, pretty much that. It was pretty much Dragon's Lair, except with hulky FMVs, like a lot of green screen work, and just it wasn't as pretty to look at. Again, the effect of the cabinet is neat. Wait, shh, we gotta listen.
It seems
He didn't say it.
the next challenger is. Are you ready
All right, jump back in. Anyways, it's
I
a
won't be able to hear when he actually says the time.
anyways, the cabin has it's a neat effect, but it's not. It's really nothing.
Round one.
And then 1 year later, no, I think later that year, Sega would put out Virtual Fighter, and the rest, as they say, is history. Which is where Sega currently keeps Virtual Fighter.
So if you win Lord Mar, if you win Lord Mar, I need you to. Oh wait, who won? I'm not sure who's
What do you want me to do?
No, who is who?
Oh, right. I'm
yeah,
Jack.
sorry, I'm on the
I'm
right.
Camo Pants. And
Okay, cool. Wanted to.
And I'm dying. I mean, what?
we're all dying, man.
So yeah, I was gonna say, Lord Mo, if you win, we gotta make the background edit Burning Elmo or.
No, hold on. Whoa. You're not playing, mister. Player gets the choice. No cooperating.
Well, I guess I gotta put a dick in my mouth. Cause
Shit.
I can just get fucked. Oh shit.
Oh. Anyways, if you're wondering what's going on here, like I said before, the arcade machine was very limited. We only got 2 buttons, but like the thing is, when a match really gets going, man, it gets going. Because like, again, this can be seen as a very early MMA type game. And in its simplicity, it's just really enjoyable.
Yeah, it's just a very frenetic. I mean, there's actually a fair amount of options that are available to the player, despite the fact that none of them are movements.
Oh, that's a new move I haven't seen yet.
Which one?
Alright, so what do you think Jack Garrison's style is supposed to be? Just going off by what you can tell.
Honestly, looks like a little bit like combat sambo, a little bit of just a little bit of kickboxing.
I didn't say it again.
Homoerotic.
Damn it. Okay, that's 1-1 right now. I'll go with Community Center Karateka.
Player one.
Yeah, so I think Garrison's just a lot of very generic Hollywood kickboxing stuff with a few tricks here and there from, like, I don't know, like Taekwondo and karate and like I said, the combat sambo leg scissors and stuff. Oh shit.
This is a good move. Really, the real meta game here is just to find the one good move of each character. Ooh. Also, shoutouts to the music. It's not really there. It's kind of there, but like, I would kill to hear like an extended cut.
Excuse me.
Round two. Ready?
I agree.
Fight.
Nothing. So how do you change the background?
Basically, we just key out the blackness of the void that is the screen. And that's it.
Well, you could have done that with an actual arcade cabinet.
That's not how. Okay, I'm gonna need you to look up what the cabinet looked like, because I can't really explain it in words.
It had like this weird like half dome on top, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, I've seen one in person, but it was not working.
Like inside the cabinet is like the monitor that the game is properly displaying on, but it reflects off this curved dome into this other dome, which displays. I'm really bad at describing. You just have to look it up.
So, is it like King Mysterio fishbowl?
Kind of a fishbowl thing, or fish eye, I should say. Again, you're really gonna have to just do a Google on this one.
I shall.
All right, that's 2-1.
So one thing I gotta say I really appreciate about this game is because there's
Wait,
Oh shit! Sorry, I forgot about it.
You asshole! You might have said it.
He might have.
Maybe.
But you were saying.
One thing I really appreciate is that just because of the way that there's no actual movement around the stage, it's all very boxed in.
Yeah.
Characters actually have like really detailed animations about how they like backstep and forward step and return to their footing and stuff. Oh, shit.
Oh, you're eating these kicks like Kim. Call me Kim, because I'm cap winning this bitch. No, I will not apologize for that awful joke. Fuck you. Man, Fukuram's looking good. Man, Adon looked great before the crack. Hua Jai. You don't get nothing, just his name. Fuck you.
You win.
Wait.
So saying, oh sorry.
All right.
There.
It's always great to see guys in good shape.
All right, he said it.
I literally fist pumped. I like literally
Five.
like,
That's
shot my
5 years. Good luck to everyone in the chat and watching this.
God bless us, everyone.
It's a Fighters February miracle.
It's always good to see guys.
Round one. Ready, fight.
All right, 4-1. I think.
That
Wait.
makes up for when me and Prince had to keep saying it whenever we weren't playing Coliseum.
I still need to find someone I need to find someone who can do a good impression of the voice, so I can get them to say, "It's always great to see everyone in good shape," because I want to be inclusive, motherfucker.
Respectable.
I just wanted to say fuck her. But it's always good to see guys in good shape.
You know, the thing is, the NBA Jam announcer, you can now pay him to say shit. And I'm thinking, if I can get $25, I gotta get him to say it in that over-the-top Jam style.
What do we get
I'm gonna get him to say it's great to see guys in good shape.
No. What else?
Wait, shh.
All right. It's always great to see guys in good shape.
God, it's rare that it happens twice in a row. Alright, speak.
God bless
else?
us, every one of us in great shape. I mean, I'm in horrible shape. I'm kind of like a garbage bag full of wet pizza, but still.
Same.
Good God.
Actually, I just ate half a box of M&M's mini donuts.
Wow.
And I
I'm
polished
drinking
off a
Ford, that's
Fanta.
where I'm at.
Are you ready for the time
Oh.
of your life? Round one.
I'm gonna get so disgusting tomorrow with the big game. Of course, I'm talking about football. And I guess I can make a sneak peek for tomorrow. We're gonna pay tribute to Kobe, but more importantly, we're gonna pay tribute to He Hate Me. Because I looked it up, and next week, 1 week after the Super Bowl, XFL baby is coming back.
Oh my god.
And we're gonna celebrate by playing NFL Street, and I'm gonna see if I can make He Hate Me as a character.
Oh really? I thought we were gonna play Mutant League.
Oh shit.
If He Hate Me turns into a mutant, then we will.
Are you telling me he isn't already?
Well, the thing is, he's not like, I looked it up, he's not like a school counselor or something, so he's doing good shit.
Oh.
So I'm not gonna do him dirty. And I win first 5 sets,
Damn
so
it.
I
Now,
get...
Jeremy, please tell me. Sorry, I forgot this is the.
All right. It's always great to see guys in good shape.
Man, a triple! That's a hat trick!
Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
Alright, let me...
Anyways, yeah,
Oh
just
god, this
imagine-
is kind of sinister.
Oh
Look,
Jesus, yeah, that's fucked.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I'll
There
do
we
more
go.
crunches. I'll do more crunches. Calm down.
no, he's looking at your dick, bro.
Why was you looking at Mike?
Anyways, what were you about to say before that thing?
I'm just imagining him sitting down with his kids, like, now, Jeremy, sit down and please, elaborate why you think that he quote hate you.
He hate me because I win. He hate me because I live. He hate me because I do it.
Oh, no, I'm just imagining like I wish that he hate me was. I wish he had legally changed his name to he hate me because that would be a fucking name for a guidance counselor.
Just
Go.
Yeah, you're
Mr.
in
He
trouble.
Hate-
Go talk to therapist. He hate me.
Mr. He hate me.
Mr. Hate me. Like, do you get why I don't like this guy? He hate me.
I'm hate me. First name he. His name is He Hate. Yeah.
God, I remember I was watching a bunch of XFL clips about him, and like they were really hyping it up. Like Jesse Ventura said, "You know, my mom doesn't watch fucking football, but she loves He Hate Me." But then again, nothing he says matters because he's a fucking conspiracist.
Jesse Ventura was kind of an insane, fried, like brain fried cokehead at the best of times, which is kind of why he was awesome. I mean, no man who is completely in control of his faculties dresses like that.
Yeah, always wearing a fucking bandana.
Like, oh, not just a bandana, but it's like a lace bandana with like, I don't know, like a zebra striped blazer, and then like gold chains, and for some reason his beard has glitter in it, and also he's got like a weightlifting belt.
I never noticed the beard glitter. Hold on, let me see this.
It's not all the time, but sometimes like in the little like soul patch area, he would put like
Glitter.
glitter.
Let's see.
If I hope I'm thinking of the right guy, because otherwise,
he's got something dangling from his beard.
Yep. It was him and Captain Lou Albano were the ones who I think of when I think of like, you know, wrestler fashion that maybe was a little bit.
What the fuck are you wearing, son?
Didn't he become like some fucking? What am I thinking? Mayor? Like, didn't he also become a mayor like Kane?
Yeah, he was. I don't remember where he was a mayor of, or governor, or mayor, or I don't know. He had a political career. I know that much.
Yeah, like Inoki and Atsushi Onita. But unlike Atsushi Onita, he didn't go out having a three-way with a strip of some porn star or whatever. I forgot what the specifics were.
I believe he paid his secretary and also paid a porn star.
Nice.
And there was also the great Sasuke, who was notable because he refused to take his mask off.
No, baby, it stays on during the action. You crazy?
It stays on. Yeah, it stays on during lovemaking and actually, you know, discussing bills on the floor. It's this very serious process.
Insane. Could you imagine having a defense attorney who? Well, you can't wear masks in public in American court, but I don't know about Japanese court. Maybe they could get away with it.
What it was there was always like one person on staff who actually had a picture of Sasuke without his mask on. So so when he was checking to the building, they would take Mr. Sasuke over to the side and have him unmask in a private room with that one guy.
Amazing.
Wow.
All right, you ready to see the background I chose?
Honestly, I don't. Let me pull up the. Nice.
Oh, now I gotta fix it so it matches up. This is the least fun part of doing this bit.
Yeah, so I was saying, Dirty Bob Schreiber, since we were talking about cheating in MMA, he has possibly the most illegal strike in the history of combat sports. That is like modifiers upon modifiers of why it's so illegal.
Round one.
Damn it, I gotta fix this one more time. So what was the strike specifically?
It was in Pride. It was after the bell. The opponent was face down on all fours. I believe he was near enough to the ropes where I could see an argument being made that he was in the ropes. Again, the bell rang. Opponent was completely.
Okay, 3, 2,
prone.
1.
Here comes the challenger.
As you were saying.
So Schreiber is holding the ropes, which you cannot strike while holding the ropes. That is wicked illegal. he does an axe kick to the back of a grounded opponent's head, who again is making 4 to 5 points of contact under the rope. It was modifiers of illegal, like it was the killer combo of illegal things to do in a fight.
Round 1.
Like the referee just like
Fight.
basically said, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Was that
Get
all he
that
did?
shit out of here.
And like the thing is, I think he was winning at that
Did
point.
you
And
need
then,
to do more?
and then that happened, and then suddenly he was disqualified because it turns out, you know, you can't just do that.
Can't just get away with attempted murder.
Yeah, seriously. It was an axe kick to the back of the head while doing literally everything he could to break the rules, aside from gouging his eyes or hitting him in the dick.
At that point,
I mean, at that point, yeah.
he's just doing it for
Oh,
points at that
in the balls.
And also, I don't know if it was UFC or another company that adopted the cage early on, but Schreiber did do, or there was an opponent on his back, you know, legs up, guard position, and Schreiber just axe kicked him in the dick.
The dick?
Yeah, axe kick to the dick, which was incredibly
Why?
illegal in that-
Yeah, Ray McDougal wishes he could do that.
I mean, I don't know if like Schreiber just decided like, okay, they're already calling me dirty. I might as well just like own it.
And he was good, right? He didn't need to do it.
I don't know if he was good because I've only seen the matches where he cheats.
What else did he? What are some of his other cheats? Let's get that out.
I've only like most of the ones I've seen are pretty mundane. Like, you know, like there's a lot of below the belt shots. There's a lot of like, you know, unnecessary roughness in clinch in promotions that didn't allow that. But the most important ones again are axe kicks to the back of the head and the dick, respectively. And I've been told he might have done the dick one more than once.
Nice. Not nice. What am I
but
saying?
I think I saw his record, and I believe he was if his record's any indication, he like not the indication of what his opponents were like. He probably could have gotten by without it.
God, jeez. Whenever I play fucking wait, hold on.
It seems
He didn't say it.
the next challenger is
Next.
Oh, sorry. I was seeing if if there were any more other times he got DQ'd.
Anyways, I fucking love doing the fucking
player 1.
black and blue screen thing with this. Especially always using. You had this really good picture of the World Tournament stage, but I lost it, and now I have to always find like a replacement for it.
Round 1.
Anyway, someone screen capped this and posted to Twitter, and use the hashtag FightersFebruary3, which I forgot to put in the corner. Fuck.
I don't know about that one.
Look, WWE does it. We can do it too.
Maybe we could do something better.
Yeah, we gotta spread the word about the Fighters February universe.
Spread the word to every corner of the kingdom.
Send your finest page to spread my message.
Telling you this to be nice. My legs are stronger than my arms.
My legs
here
are
in my
stronger
wrath.
than my. Oh,
Favorite voice clip in the game, man. My
yeah,
legs are
even love that
stronger than
one.
my ar-
I must warn you, my legs are stronger than my.
Now, I really do want to say that his win pose is a very famous photo, Trace, possibly of Arnie, but
I don't know. I think it's just a generic flex.
well, there is a really famous photo of a bodybuilder doing that, so
Arnie?
it might be Arnie. I mean, the thing is, my brain just goes to Arnie automatically. Like, not even when I'm thinking about famous bodybuilders, just like all the time.
Anybody want to see the Street Fighter 2 VHS video? Because VHS Fighter put on stuff.
The what?
So there was a Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 video.
Wait, hold on.
It seems
He didn't say it. All right, speak.
This is a Street Fighter 2 VHS series where the characters are voiced by just random Joes,
Oh, is this Surfer Ken?
Player one.
I think so.
Oh my god, I believe that's yeah. They try to do like accents, and some of them are like just hilarious, and other ones are like just please stop, please stop. We're begging you.
Like the one for Honda is was one of the worst.
Oh my god, the Honda one was so rough.
Let me guess. This sounded like
Oh, and
this.
then some-
Very stern in Japanese.
I mean,
Someone
all-
did.
Sorry.
Oh, someone did a YouTube video. That was fucking great.
Of course.
Those
promo videos are prime poop material.
Dude, one of my favorite promo videos is the making of Midway's WWF the arcade game or whatever.
Yeah, Bret Hart working his ass off in those offices on those computers.
It's like there was a floating null pointer in level 3. Idiots.
Wait, hold on, wait. Don't do anything. I gotta fix 8's. Okay, good. Go.
Oh shit! Hey, you punched me in the dick before you said go.
I'm channeling
Yeah,
my
he does
inner
that.
whoever the name was, that dude who did dick punches.
Schreiber.
Dan
Dirty
Shriver.
Bob
Schreiber.
There was also a boxer who was famous for doing dick punches, and someone did a very good video of, but I am forgetting his name.
What? How did you get away with?
Oh no, he was famous for like for people saying he was winning the fight until he just punched the opponent in the dick. Like it was this dude who was famous for. I was like,
All right. It's always great to see guys in good shape. The next challenger is...
but yeah, there was this boxer who like experts were like, no, this guy's pretty good. He could probably be a serious contender if he stopped punching people in the dick.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah. It's like he was like, oh, he was winning this fight, then he punches the opponent in the dick. He was holding his own against this living legend of boxing, then he punched him in the dick.
Gee. Anyways, let's keep let's talk more about those promo videos for games. I love those. Those are great.
Oh. World Heroes has one in Japanese. Which I think
One about what?
they made one for World Heroes in Japanese, and it's pretty neat.
Does it have the characters like doing bits?
Yes.
Like what? Give me one.
Fuma gets completely ghosted by Ryoko in his own video.
Round two.
So it's one of like those combo videos that were done by testers who worked on the game.
Oh no, it showed you like how to play the character, and they also had comments about what you should and should not be doing when you play.
So it's not
And-
a promo video per se, but one of the coolest things I've ever seen is like Last Bronx on the Saturn had
Had
Yeah!
some weird live action
Second
thing.
disc gave you like
no, the live action thing was a movie. I've watched it,
Yeah.
but there's no subtitles, so it was even more-
Where can I find it? I want to see it.
It was on YouTube.
Is it still there?
I don't know. It was
can we
years or so.
focus?
Sorry. Anyways,
The
Last
bonus
Bronx.
disc.
Pulsing.
All right. It's always great to see guys in good shape.
Fuck yeah, muscle mystery, baby.
Anyways, Last Bronx bonus disc. Explain.
Last Bronx bonus disc had like a full tutorial of moves and how to fight opponents and stuff, but they were framed by like super deformed pixel art versions of the characters who had fully voiced bits that I'm presuming were talking about how to use the moves, and they would have like interactions where when they were like, it would show like using Zaimoku versus Nagi. And it's like they would have like little banter and back and forth, like the little chibi characters arguing and stuff.
Like Gunbuster.
Yes. Exactly.
So was this bonus disc included in the US release or just Japanese?
No.
No, none of like I don't think did the US release.
Sometimes they would give
No,
a bonus.
it did get it did get a US release. I actually own that Japanese copy of Last Bronx with the bonus disc and the stickers that came with it.
Oh man, I don't
Stickers!
have the stickers. I have the bonus disc but not the stickers.
That's right.
I love that
this
we
shit
all
came
went.
with
I love
stickers.
that we both went for stickers.
Well, yeah, I can't fucking understand the bonus disc. And also, even
I
though
can
it had
understand. I can understand a little bit of the bonus disc.
I haven't tried in years, but I don't think I'd fare much better than I did back in the day. But
In any case, the stickers though are pretty neat, and I can't use them for any.
Why not scan them and scan them onto like sticker paper?
yeah.
Oh, I will.
I shush.
All
The Kakatogi gods are shining on us. Fuck it, here, match.
Player 1, are you
I'm really terrible with this character, so let's see how this goes.
round
Ooh,
1?
we could find a way to make them into enamel pins.
Fight!
A what?
Spinning round.
Enamel pins.
Come on, I'll beat you.
Oh yeah, those.
Oh shit.
Spinning roundhouse.
Spinning round. Spinning roundhouse. Spinning round.
Oh god.
Oh fuck.
Thank heaven, I won.
Yes, do the proper bow.
Yeah, like the other thing with the Last Bronx thing is that unfortunately the even though the arcade perfect releases don't have the anime cutscenes, I mean they're still basically the perfect versions of the game otherwise. So I just wish they re-released that material.
Spinning roundhouse. Spinning roundhouse.
The Last Bronx is kind of weird for how much of it's like faded away in history because it had like radio dramas and a comic and CDs and.
It had more of a push than Fighting Vipers did, and that makes me angry.
I don't know if that's true. I just know that I've seen more Last Bronx stuff, but
All right. It's always great to see guys in good shape. The next challenger is... Are you ready for the time
jump.
of your life? Round 1.
Anyways,
Game.
I don't know.
Jump in.
I think there were more toys about more toys for
Here comes the challenger.
yeah, I want to say Last Bronx I've seen more toys of, like way more than Fighting Vipers, which means like more than one, but still.
Well, Fighting Vipers had a comic that some guy on Twitter found and scanned, and it looks amazing.
They did have a plush line for Fighting Vipers.
Whoa, who's this?
Hey, neat!
Oh, it's Robo.
Hey,
About time you showed up.
Don't say it like that.
Sorry.
hey, I was at work, so
I didn't know. My bad. My mistake.
it's all good.
So, fellas, when are we gonna talk about our testicles live on stream?
Alright, I'll start first. You see, for my
No!
testicles, I've got a very nice,
Stop.
nice, smooth egg.
No, we're talking about Fighting Vipers.
You can
Oh.
fight my Vipers anytime, baby. Sorry.
Anyways, Fighting
Hell yeah.
Vipers over Virtual Fighter. Fuck you.
No!
I love
Fuck
both.
you! Fuck you! I
Don't
used
make
to,
me choose.
yeah!
I'll make you choose
That's what
if
Fighters Mega
your
Mix
life
is for,
depends
you
on it,
asshole.
bitch.
That's what Fighters Mega Mix is for. You. Now then.
As somebody who has
Game.
played both, though, I kind of still have a preference for Fighting Vipers a little bit more.
Thank
Of course you
you.
do, because of the titties! Now, as I was saying before.
Still want to get that manga for myself because it looks amazing. Also, the guy who drew that
Yeah.
apparently did a Darkstalkers comic that had an English release.
Than my aunt.
What was I saying before? Yeah.
You're a
So-
genetic freak and you're not normal.
So your chances of beating me drastically go down. Now, moving aside, I got my hands on the Japanese copy of Fighting Vipers, as did Robo. And, not gonna lie,
Did it come with
Pepsi Man?
stickers?
It came with Pepsi Man.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, Fighting Vipers. I thought
playable
you did
character.
Fighters Mega Mix. My mistake.
No,
Wait,
unfortunately not.
Ah, he didn't say the thing.
Fuckhead, fucker.
No, we have to hear him say the thing. That gives us all 5 years good luck each time it happens.
No, I meant like, that fuckhead, how dare he not.
Do not swear at him. If he says the line, he says the line. He doesn't always have to say it.
You're right.
We must be
As I
respectful
said
to our hollow
before,
gods.
He's more of a hollow friend to me. As I was saying before. So when you're a big G and you fuck with the trees, what you gotta Oh yeah, so I finally found one of these recordings I did of when I first unlocked Pepsi Man, and finally it was like a blast from the past from like 2 years ago, where I went like, behold! I was doing an Australian accent for some reason, and
Why?
I said, I don't know why, behold! The perfect.
Crikey,
best-
look at this
the
bugger.
The Pepsi man. And then he just does a fucking flip kick and just destroys Raxel and gets the perfect. And then I just zoom in on him and I go, absolutely wonderful.
Crikey, let's crack open a tinny.
And then you
Cool,
called,
blimey.
and then you called him
So
the
I-
C word.
All right,
And
hold.
then I think
Pause. Shh.
All right. It's always great to see guys in good shape.
Yes, it is. And now let's change the background. Okay, so what were we saying?
I just said
Yeah.
you called Pepsi Man the C word.
cunt, sick cunt.
Hey,
what was I saying before?
who cares? No one's watching this. Let's
So as I
see.
was saying before, when you yeah, I think I record that for a bit for Fighters February.
Well,
See if I can make.
see if you can get your shit together and we'll use it.
Let you get off my dick.
Well,
By the way,
thing is-
I love the selection you've made for the background in the first one with the Tenkaichi Budokai.
yeah, well, we're now changing it to another exotic locale. Any guesses?
The Demon Realm tournament stage from Yu Yu Hakusho?
The floating markets of Chiang Mai.
The what?
The back streets of upstate New York.
No, somewhere better. Somewhere where the best fights go down.
Oh, Arby's.
The Home Depot parking lot.
Lord, what was actually closest to McDonald's?
Oh, I was gonna say Applebee's next.
Specifically, the parking lot outside McDonald's.
The next
Well, I mean, it's similar to a Dragon Ball Z landscape, you know?
I mean, that is
the
not
Barren
wrong.
Wasteland.
I mean, have you not seen World Star?
Oh my god. Shut the fuck up. Who's going? That's Holocene edition.
round one.
Or is it Holocene Who's Gone Wild? So,
Oh, should we, that's where I'll. Okay, that's where I'll make the next picture outside a gym.
I
you
warn
didn't do
you, my
nothing.
quarter pounder stronger than my Big Mac.
My McNuggies will be your undoing.
Pray to the gods that that I do not get food poisoning like I did that one time I ate a Whopper.
McDonald's, that was it.
Ready, fight.
Actually, I don't think. No, Don Pyogen would not eat McDonald's. He would eat Jollibee probably, but it's something that's more Southeast Asia. But also,
Yeah, we ain't living in
Los
Southeast
Angeles?
Asia.
I mean, his name sounds pretty Thai, man.
The only time I ever got food poisoning was when work had, like, Amato's pizzas and such, and the pizza wasn't even that good, so...
I can't remember the last time I threw up.
Round three. Ready, fight.
thing is, it wasn't throw up, it was freaking my ass just felt.
It wasn't throw up, it was throw down with your stomach. The inside being the trophy. If they
All right, he's
won.
about to win this. World
And
Star.
it's kind of like,
You win.
Oh shush.
oh shit, looks like I'm about to get top comment.
You managed to win.
Ah no, you didn't say the thing.
Oh right, World Star.
Oh man, I just noticed that one of the people in the background are looking directly at the fight.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, let me
With an
just tweak it a
actual
little
fighting
bit. There, now that one girl is definitely looking at this sick martial arts fighting happening outside the McDonald's. And not the good
Oh,
one,
I
the
thought you were
bad
gonna-
one on the edge of town.
You know, I don't think I have a bad McDonald's in me. Oh, I have Chico Taco.
Is there? I only have bad McDonald's. I think it's McDonald's.
Well, you know,
Hot take.
Well, bad in the sense that someone got stabbed with life there.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
McDonald's.
no, I used to
I like Burger King better because Burger King has better coupons.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I like Burger King better because you don't hear about anyone getting stabbed with a burger.
I mean, I did hear about someone getting like thrown almost through a window at a Burger King near where I used to work.
Like Kurt Angle at Armageddon with Shane McMahon.
Thankfully, none of the restaurants that I've heard of had anything like that. Though the Burger King that we have in town is kind of it's kind of a mess, honestly. Like, I don't know, there's this feeling that I go in there, and it just feels kind of slightly dirty, you know? Like, it feels like nobody has cleaned the floors properly, or some shit like that.
The only weird thing I've seen at my local Burger King was that there was this one guy who got his food, went back to his car, came back out from his car and back to the restaurant. I was like, hey, this thing is cold, give me a warm one. And it just turned into this big thing. That was really awkward to watch. Because me and my D&D group were just trying to sit there, eat our food, and it's like, this guy's like, no, give me a fresh one. It's like, my God, can you just take the L and leave?
That sounds about as bad as one time when I was working at Little Caesars. And sorry.
It seems he managed to
He didn't say the thing.
No, sorry for cutting you off. All right, go on.
It's all good. One time, it was my first job at Little Caesars, and we had a customer who was almost exactly like that, but they had this, like, oh, are you guys doing this deal thing that they're doing? And he made a big fuss about it. And I'm over in the back, handling the dough and such, and getting the pizzas out to the other customers and such, and he is just making a big fit about it, and his freaking kid is there too.
Let me ask you a quick question. Was this guy wearing like a business suit blazer top and had red hair and a weird nose?
No, in fact, he looked
Hey, did you appreciate that reference?
Wait, sorry, I thought you were just trying to find my dad.
No, I don't appreciate. Well, yes, I do, but also, fuck.
You regret showing me Conjure House, don't you?
I showed you Conjure House?
You kind of did. Anyway, sorry, Robo, continue your story. I'm sorry.
But like the dude looked really dumpy and such, and
like, did he look so dumpy that it looked like he'd have tuba music following him everywhere he went?
You know, it's not too far off. You know,
maybe not like, a tuba. This one, maybe like a light brass section.
Light brass with a little bit of banjo in there. You know.
Gee whiz. So.
And apparently, he actually has done that before. I came there a few times before, because, like, the freaking, because I asked one of my coworkers, geez, what was that all about? And he says, oh, that guy is every so very often happens, and he does that every so often and before, and he's always done it with, like, his kid there, too, and it's just like, Jesus!
Jesus! There was 5 of them!
There was one of them!
But yeah, I'm glad I don't really work in the fast food realm anymore.
Yep, I just work in the healthcare industry, so I get my own host of problems.
Yeah, and I just work as a janitor. I don't have to worry about it.
I don't work at all. I'm hoping to change that soon.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, dude, that had the energy of like I sleep in a big race car bed. Where do you sleep? I sleep in a big bed.
Are you kidding me? I wished I could sleep in a race car bed. That'd be sweet.
Instead, he sleeps in the underwear drawer. Uh-oh.
But no, I was gonna say something.
No. I thought that was literally gonna end with me saying I sleep in a big bed with my wife. Oh.
I mean, I sleep in a big bed with I guess some pillows and half the bed's broken, but you know, whatever. Race car bed.
I sleep on, man, I'd like to sleep in a big race car bed with my wife.
Man, that would be the fucking life.
Anyways, since we made reference to Zandig, fucking
Jesus!
Yeah, what do you know about Jesus
meant...
outside of the promo? You know anything about him?
I thought. Oh
my gosh.
I thought you were talking about
because
the
I
singer of the Misfits.
Wait, hold on. Pause. He didn't say it. Fuck. Dang it. Anyways, because I was watching a video. I was watching an episode of Wrestling with Regret, and Brian Zane was talking about this overnight promotion that lasted for like 4 weeks or something, and a young Zandig was in it.
Nice.
Do you know anything about Zandig
whatever you
outside
say.
of Jesus?
I know a fair amounts about Zandig. I will say one thing. Don't look into his business practices, holy shit.
Uh-oh, let's open up this. Let's talk about that. What happened?
I mean, some of it's gonna turn the stream a little less cheery, but most of it is he's just like a super scummy, like bootstrapper. He actually is a for real, like, he's a contractor, and he was a contractor like the entire time he was wrestling, and he would actually get his company paychecks to like build the rings and shit. I mean, he was a total under the table dealer. It was awesome in a way. In other ways, it was less awesome. But anyways, he was a very selfish booker. He actually did one of the first crossovers of an American indie company with a Japanese company with Combat Zone Wrestling versus Big Japan Pro Wrestling, which took place in Japan, and burned Big Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, Big Japan Pro Wrestling. They got a guy who eats light tubes or something.
They got several people who eat light tubes.
Several?
Why?
Yeah, Masashi Takeda, Abdullah Kobayashi. I want to say that.
That's a fucking name.
That's too many. That's one too many. I was in a completely different server talking wrestling, and this one guy brings up, "Oh, you don't know? This guy fucking eats glass. There's more of them."
Abdullah Kobayashi's the main one, but Masashi Takeda is a goddamn madman who I think is he's also a legitimate MMA competitor, so he's like the world's only shoot-style deathmatch dude. He's awesome.
That sounds like a nightmare.
I mean, he was doing like double wrist lock chokes with the light tubes across the guy's throat.
Hey,
And
shush.
stuff.
It seems he managed
Sometimes I wonder if these people are where does the line between the character you're portraying and where does the line between kayfabe and reality and with these people?
player one, self-taught
Well,
Jack Garrison.
it depends, and Japanese wrestlers keep it a little closer to the vest, because for one, Japanese wrestlers usually have the good sense not to get drunk and cancel themselves on Twitter.
Yeah, you
Or
gotta,
make
yeah. If you're gonna
hot dog body sex
if you're
tapes
gonna
of
get
themselves?
canceled, go out like Atsushi Onita.
Yeah, don't
Holy
pull a Hulk
shit.
Hogan in.
It sounds like I'm in the middle of Twister.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, don't pull Hulk Hogan and fucking be a racist hot dog.
Man, I can't wait to talk about No Holds Barred because that movie sucked.
God, No Holds Barred is like legendary. Like, I suppose. Oh, okay. If I'm thinking the right movie, allegedly, what happened was No Holds Barred was written over a single week, over like a 48-hour period, locked in a hotel room with Vince McMahon, Hulk Hogan, and a pile of cocaine and a typewriter.
That
Wow.
checks out so much.
If I'm thinking of the right movie.
What could the other movie be?
I mean, Hulk Hogan had a lot of failed attempts at movies at that point, but
And
he
cocaine.
Oh, you mean like my favorite one is when he fights Rocky.
No, that was an okay role.
Suburban Commando, or
Wait, he was also in one of those Three Ninjas movies.
yeah, Three Ninjas Showdown at Mega Mountain or whatever. I remember that.
Oh, come on, you guys don't.
Sorry.
Oh no, go.
I watched that as a kid and I don't remember shit about it.
There was some other movie he
Okay,
did
we're
that was
getting a lot
around
of
suburban.
background noise.
See, there was like I'm watching No Holds Barred, and like it's weird because like he's surprisingly held back. You know, like he's not constantly going brother and all that. You know.
Well, he was Hulk Hogan kept trying to make himself kind of a serious outside star, like a
Wait.
lot, like
Okay, keep going.
he had Thunder. He had what was it, Thunder in Paradise, the TV show.
Yeah.
What the fuck is all that noise?
Wait, that's you?
No, I mean, and I've just got like a lot of like background interference and bumping and stuff. It kind of sounds like a detuned AM radio.
I think it
Robot
might
Hobo, are
be
you
coming
dead?
from 8, because I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm just watching, enjoying, and admittedly, this is the part where you guys talk about wrestling, and I don't know much about wrestling save for
All
a
you
small
know is
thing.
Hogan's an idiot, and we can make fun of him.
God,
But
so-
anyways,
so-
there was some other Hulk Hogan movie that he was in around like Suburban Commandos. Like he's like friends with the dad from Jeffersons for some reason. I think he's like a nanny with muscles or something. No, no. Now I'm thinking of Santa with muscles, and that was a movie.
I'm blanking. I mean, God, I think that was.
Like,
God. Hulk Hogan bad movies kind of run together.
Like Rocky 3.
You shut your mouth.
like what?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, come on guys, you're not gonna get me played to the fight scene between Hulk Hogan and Rocky in Rocky 3. You remember that fight, right? Where he just shows up and picks Rocky up and fucking chucks him into the.
Yeah, it was a fictionalized account of Inoki versus Ali. It was very fictionalized.
Oh, fun
actually-
fact about that fight. Well, not really that fight specifically, but in the first Aki game for the N64, you can unlock Ali.
Yep.
And he's so broken because he's an actual fighter.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he is. Yeah, so Inoki tried to fight Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. Because
There was a lot of there was a lot of behind the
It's
scenes.
a really complicated story that we're probably never going to get many parts of it answered, because Inoki was doing his different style fights where he was challenging martial artists to different disciplines, and they were mostly worked.
But Ali didn't want to play that way.
Well, I think there was some. I think there was like some lost in translation. So again, each side has their own story, and even different people on each side have their own versions of the story. So we'll probably never know the truth. And even the rules, like we don't know what rules the match was contested under. Besides, we have the vaguest idea. It was kind of an embarrassing farce, and in fact, I think it was one of the first things that Vince McMahon Jr. Promoted, because like he was actually in charge of promoting it to closed circuit theaters and stuff. It was kind of terrible because Inoki was forbidden from grabbing and which is bad because he's wrestling. He's forbidden from kicking unless he had like one hand on the ground. So it mostly consisted of Inoki doing like weird sideways like dolphin kicks on the ground for like 12 goddamn rounds. It actually nearly cost Ali his leg because of how many times he got kicked in the leg. I was like,
Yeah, but wait, hold on.
All right, it's always great to see guys in good shape.
There it
The
is.
next challenger is
right on. So, thing is, that's also funny about it is that kick shows up in several games, and it's always either called the Ali kick or the Inoki kick. And it's referenced in Seth from King of Fighters, one of his super moves, where he just like hits the ground and does these repeated kicks, like these really weird kicks on the ground, like to the leg, while sliding forward. It's just a reference to the fact that Inoki was doing that the entire fight, because that was literally all he could do, because Inoki is a crazy egomaniac, but he knows better than to try to trade hands with the boxing god.
With,
You ain't gonna
Muhammad
get
Ali,
you're not gonna
the
get your
greatest
mitts on the
boxer
great
that ever
one.
lived.
And also, it was refereed by Judo Gene LaBelle, legendary Superman and judoka. So, a lot of people agree one of the first ever like publicized mixed martial arts matches was him against, I think, Milo Savage in a boxing versus judo match where they both were wearing gis. Ended with a chokeout and almost a riot because no one recognized what a chokeout was at the time. And the preliminary was Andre the Giant versus the Bayonne City Brawler, Chuck Wepner, the original story of Rocky was based off of. That match is actually pretty interesting. It's like basically, it's the closest you're going to get to shoot style Andre the Giant, besides the time he got drunk and I cleared MIA to kick the shit out of him.
Didn't he also get drunk and almost drown like two wrestlers, and Ric Flair was there who just walked away like, nope,
There's a lot of stories about Andre the Giant getting drunk and almost...
Well, like specifically, I think it was the Bushwhackers? No, it was
I
some
don't think it
tag
was the
team.
Bushwhackers. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he legitimately almost drowned them. But
Ric Flair was there. He saw it. He was like, I'm just gonna back away.
yeah. So Andre the Giant versus Chuck Wepner ended. It was basically the pattern for Rocky versus Thunder Lips. God, what a bad name. Anyways.
No, well, what do you think? Do you think Rip Thomas is better? Because that was Hogan's name in fucking No Holds.
God, no, not really.
I didn't understand why they made him like he's, for all intents and purposes, he is playing
Wait.
himself.
What was his name?
Rip Thomas.
Rest in peace, buddy.
You win.
Oh, hold on. Let's see, what time is it?
It seems he managed to
I
win.
think we can do 2 matches
You're
and then
still
call
alive,
it.
right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, sorry, we'll wrap up
No.
this in a minute.
Comes the challenger.
The Wrestle Talk, I
Hulk,
mean.
Hulk's you're still alive, right?
Still alive and still probably racist.
Somehow out-surviving most of his peers, like against all odds.
Shamefully so.
To be fair, most of his peers who died were also pretty big pieces of shit, so whatever.
Or, yeah.
What about the Iron Sheik? Is he still alive?
He's
Iron Sheik
crazy.
is still alive.
And he's the greatest on Twitter.
Oh, I think it's like his nephews are running that account, but yeah,
Oh.
Iron Sheik is still alive. Again, against all odds. Iron Sheik, I don't think there's any real existing tape, but like, I really am curious to see, like, apparently his early career, he was a pretty good technician because he was a Olympic amateur wrestler who actually represented Iran at the Olympics, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's
He was
that's
really
him.
highly decorated. He was like a European champ, or he was a continental champion.
Like
He
he
had a
was
ma-
so. I was gonna say he was so good that when he fucking fought Hulk Hogan in a match, Vince told him you gotta break his fucking leg, and he thought, I could break it, but against all odds.
If you ever see pictures of a really young Iron Sheik, it's kind of great because I'm used to seeing him as like this kind of muscle fat dude, and then later just a fat dude. But like in his very earliest pictures, like he's a fucking brick shit house.
Shit, brick house he is.
Next challenger is.
But he had a match in UWFI, which is one of the preeminent shoot style promotions, which, I'm not gonna lie, was a little sad because he clearly didn't understand the rule set, and the guy he was fighting just like fucking clowned on him. But yeah, it was, at least on paper, it was a really cool match. In practice, a little bit like, I guess like 15 years of WWF and cocaine may scramble anyone's instincts.
But otherwise, it was a pretty good job.
I mean, he was a great heel, but
No, I was
yeah,
referencing
never-
some interview he did that they constantly use on Botchamania.
Yep. Fucking bullshit!
But it was a good. What?
I don't know. He's like, I never seen the full context of the interview. I just see the bits they use on Botchamania. It's
will say
always
that-
fucking bullshit. Hulk Hogan.
I will say the full interview is a fucking spectacle with some great lines. The reason no one quotes the full thing is he does get a little homophobic in there, but...
Not surprising.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was a highly intoxicated, like, old man at that point.
Oh, he was also suffering over the loss of his daughter.
Oh, I was trying not to bring that up because it's a fucking bummer, but yeah,
Damn.
that.
Hey, what the fuck? You broke your own rule.
No, I mean, yeah, but it's like a fact. That's why he ended up. That's a big factor of why he ended up like that for a few years. It's not like he just woke up and just said, "I'm just gonna be a fucker."
Guys in good shape.
Then he got out of it eventually.
Well, I mean, that's part
You're
of why he
better
was
now.
crazy, but by most accounts, he was kind of crazy to begin with. But yeah, that obviously didn't help, but yeah.
Player one.
But he got out of it, thankfully. You know, now he's telling people he's gonna fuck him with his 10-inch.
Player two.
10-inch cook.
Man, I not gonna lie, I was a little appalled by his behavior initially because I wasn't used to that kind of work yet, where someone would just be that openly fucked. But as time goes on, I'm okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm reminding of something that happened with something like that with Ken Shamrock. How he was like back when he was on the SmackDown. Like there was one match where he was going up against Jericho, but he legitimately chased Jericho backstage to try and kick his ass some more. So, you know, kind of an egomaniac in that sense.
I mean,
But
okay,
years
Ken
later, he
Shamrock-
apparently chilled out and now got dick flipped by Joey Ryan.
Ken Shamrock, back during the Pancrase days, he came back from a tour to find out that his adopted brother Frank had been teaching the students, and they got into a fight, and apparently Ken Shamrock just yanked a fucking Macintosh computer, open hand palmed it off the table, and threw it across the room, like ripped the cords out in one motion.
Damn.
Dude admits he has anger issues.
Yeah, but again, if the dick flip is anything to go off of, he seems to have chilled. Because, you know, I guarantee you, back then, he would not take that move from Joey Ryan.
One of my favorite things about Ken Shamrock was he had a match with Big Van Vader, because they had a great dynamic, because both of them hit people way too hard, but Shamrock was getting leathered. Like Vader, Vader was getting like fucking leathered by Shamrock, who was still getting used to working like an American style. And
Yeah.
there's this one part where Vader just like gets Shamrock down for like a worked punch and just fucking back fists him, and Shamrock is clearly loopy, but gets the message and is like so much gentler from that point on.
It seems he managed to. The next challenge.
Alright, let's see what time it is. We can do 2 more and then we're heading out.
Are you ready for the time of your life?
Yeah. Anyways, I love Ken Shamrock. I can't wait till I eventually make it OC that's basically just Ken Shamrock.
Player 1, self-taught martial artist, Jack Garrison.
I'm surprised
Thing
he's
about
not.
Shamrock,
Self-taught
Sorry.
martial
No, you go.
I said one of my favorite things about Shamrock is if you watch like his Pancrase work especially, he moves exactly like the evil Guayla from a 1980s Hong Kong movie. Like, he just insanely jacked, and the way everything he moves is like, this man would get his ass kicked in a fight with Kung Bao.
Mm-hmm.
Only I know what that meant. But for now,
Yun Bao is if Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung were basically like training brothers. Bao was the third brother that didn't get the spotlight as much, and also one of the few people he was one of the few people that Jackie Chan allowed to double for him in the 80s.
Let me just check something real quick. Keep going. Keep talking.
so he was
They were, I mean, not like legitimate brothers, but they all came up together with the same like performance background and the same class and then the same like a lot of the same type of training. So Sammo and Jackie were the stars, but Yun was like
Okay,
the
3, 2, 1.
background dude. But yeah, when Jackie Chan was like, you know, former stuntman Jackie Chan was kind of really building an image for himself based off of like the whole no stunt doubles thing. The dirty secret was that Ewan was his stunt double.
Well, that's what we call a fabulous fake. You
Thing
didn't
is, though,
really think he did all his own stunts, did you?
Well, the thing is, he did his own stunts, but he couldn't do the acrobatic kicks. Ewan could.
Oh, wait.
All right. It's always great to see guys in good shape.
Sure is. I was actually making a reference to that wrestling special, Wrestling Exposed or whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. No, I figured you were making a reference to something, but I was just saying, like, yeah, Jackie Chan, like, his whole thing was, no, like, if you throw someone off a balcony, I'll be that someone, but, like, you know, if I don't think I can do a kick, I know someone who can.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
no one can really do everything themselves. You're gonna need help with something every now and then.
Yeah.
Remember that lesson, kids? It's important to life.
Yeah, kids, lie. Also, you know how... Also, kids, here's another friendly tip for you. You know how whenever you watch wrestling, they say don't try this at home? That's just a suggestion.
I didn't hear that, sorry.
Cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
You know, whenever they're... You know how sometimes they'll play those PSAs like, kid, like, don't try this at home with WWE shit? That's just a suggestion. Do it anyways, kids. It'll make you look really cool.
Yeah, the Hardy Brothers did it.
Yeah, they're okay, mostly.
I mean, debatable, but, you know,
I
they're
said
not
mostly.
Dead. They're not dead.
Yeah, they're heading to Impact maybe again. Who knows?
arousing the caution. We do not endorse this. This is a punt. This is a joke.
Are you kidding me? That's gonna be one of the brake bumpers, which I fucking messed up this one because it was misaligned with the stream. Shit. But yes, one of the bumpers will be, kids, don't do this at home unless you want to be really cool. God, I
Kids,
love.
don't do this at home. Do this in the Arby's parking lot.
Yeah! Find the nice. No, here's what you do. Don't go to the nicest place in town. Go to, like, the second to worst place. Like, find a Yelp review. Find a place that has at least 2 stars and fight there.
Remember, kids.
Put it on World Star.
Remember, kids, someone touches this, this is your flag there.
You just give him one of these. I love how I said that just as he flexed.
It seems he managed to win.
Okay, that's enough wrestle talk. Let's talk about something else so that way Robo can get in.
Remember, kids, if someone touches you in a place or a way it makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
Remember, kids, you can only get better if you can only get better through trial. Sharpen your steel on your steel. Go to Applebee's at happy hour. That's where real Bushido thrives. I actually know several people who've gotten to fucking like violent fistfights at Applebee's, and like,
Really?
none of them initiated it either.
Did they win at least?
Most of them, yeah.
What's the over/under on victory? What's their? God, you know what there needs to be?
Well, the thing is, no one wins when you fight at an Applebee's.
Kidding me? Well, who's the de facto winner then? I guess.
Oh, you use. God no.
Oh,
They
that was a
get to
good
fill their
takedown.
quota.
Were made for throwing knives.
You know, I really feel like there's an untapped market for a promotion that bases itself out of fucking fast food restaurants.
There used to be one called Playground Fights, who were actually really entertaining. I don't know if it's okay.
Is this like bum fights?
No, but this one was a pro wrestling company. There is Street Beefs, which is usually set in a backyard.
Street beefs? Is that what
Street
Kimbo
beefs.
Slice did when he punched out that guy's eyeball?
No, I don't think that had a name besides highly illegal. Street Beefs is amateur MMA contest meant to squash beefs. It's pretty spectacular. There's this guy, I haven't watched Street Beefs in forever because my soul can only take so much, but there was this one dude who was entering Street Beefs just to test his own martial arts system, and he was constantly getting his ass kicked and taking notes. I hope he's doing well. That
Oh
guy's
man,
awesome.
please post some of this after the stream. I gotta see this in the
It has, like,
morning.
The same energy as like
You win.
you can imagine you're fucking chilling out and Scott Steiner
It
says to
seems he
Samoa
managed
Joe,
to win.
"You see, Joe, the facts don't lie.
You ready for the time of your
You're gonna lose." And then he ends it he's like, "I'll see you at Home Depot."
There's another wrestling company. It's a modern one. They're awesome. They're called Zona 23, which mostly because I don't remember what 23 is in Spanish. I don't know if they actually. Point is, it's a lucha libre company. Thank you. I don't know if they say 23 or if they call it actually Zona 23, but it is a lucha libre organization set in a junkyard.
Nice! That's awesome!
They'll like fucking like power bomb each other onto junked out cars' windshields and stuff. It's the best.
That sounds like it's a fucking Def Jam stage.
Yes,
It
pretty
is.
much.
Don't you love when the shit just turns into Def Jam Fight for New York,
I do.
as developed by OptiCorp? Such.
Ironically, we will not be playing Fight for New York. We will be playing Vendetta, since that one's actually more of a wrestling game. Because word has it, that started out as another WCW game.
I believe it.
But then, of course, Vinnie Mac bought WCW, and well, the invasion happened. Damn it, we're talking about wrestling again. Shit.
It's all good.
God, I don't think there's thing is most other places that take most other like legitimate fighting organizations that take place in unconventional areas
All right. It's always great to see guys.
usually either don't have an actual name or are really fly by night and take place in a Walmart parking lot and then disappear.
How about
How about we get fights at
Oh, wait,
fights
hold on.
at
I'm sorry, no.
fights in space stations or space rocket launches.
Oh my
We're
god,
gonna-
there was actually someone who was trying to do that. I don't remember what.
What?
Never.
Really?
Yeah, someone was trying to get like vomit comet fights, but I mean,
What? Vomit comment?
I mean, I'm trying not to make puns, but I don't think it ever left the ground. Stupid ass concept.
Wait, is this one of those planes where it's like they go up higher so
Yes.
that way the gravity kicks in? Oh, I would
Yeah,
love
they go
to
up
see
higher
that.
and then dip down. Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing.
See, what I'm thinking is, just think of that one stage from Tekken 4, the airport stage.
Yes.
I knew
But
it was gonna be
instead,
Tekken related, goddammit.
well, goddamn, it's
Well,
not
hold
like
on,
Tekken's
well,
my
wait.
favorite goddamn
Well,
fighting
Robo,
series.
let me double you
Don't
this.
worry.
How about this? Set up a wrestling ring in a rural mall. Have your shows there. Because I've
okay,
seen one place, actually, I've seen a video of some mall having a wrestling show there in the middle of its deadness.
Okay, so this is not a dead wrestling thing. In the 90s, Big Japan Pro Wrestling. Sorry to get back on the work talk, but one sec.
All right. It's always great to see guys in good shape.
Right it is.
So I want to say it was either Big Japan Pro Wrestling or one of the companies that like was grounded at the time that kind of fed into Big Japan. Did a fight where they had their trainees doing exhibition matches in the middle of a shopping plaza.
Nice.
And then it broke out, and it is famously called the Big Japan Shop, or is famously called the Shopping Mall Death Match, because it's just this shopping plaza where it's just this fucking knockout, drag down brawl where they do tons of property damage. They're like fighting through restaurants, throwing raw meat at each other, smashing watermelons out of fruit stands at each other.
And this is a shoot, right?
See, that's what I want. Property damage.
Yes, that's
I mean,
amazing.
This is a work, but I don't think anyone who was around them knew it would.
Wait, so it was a work, but everyone didn't.
The property damage was probably shoot. I doubt they had all that permission.
God, this is amazing.
Look, there's
Imagine
one
you're
way
with your
you can
friends. Imagine with your friends at the mall. You're eating at the fucking food court, and then out of nowhere, you see guys just power bombing over the counter to the Burger King.
Yeah, that's what I want to write.
God,
honestly,
that's-
I need.
Basically, that one ball scene from Command.
Yes, that's the
love
one. God, you know, guys are like, I want to fight at the Tokyo Dome. I want to fight the Sumo Hall. I want to go to the Saitama Superplex or whatever. But for me, no. I want to have my fight in like a regional gym, like a high school gym.
Dang it, he's trying to say something.
Fine, say it, say it.
Round 3. Ready, fight.
Oh wait, I want to hear what he says. Say it. 8.
I'm right here.
No.
8.
What were
Say
you
your
trying to
thing.
say?
What was I trying to say? What were you trying to say?
Yeah, 8. You said you wanted to say something.
I said he wanted to say something.
Guys, it's turning into who's on first. I will not have it.
God damn it, I was about to say this. Oh, fuck you! Do you don't pause?
I'm cheating like Park Vale.
Look, let's just get this out of the way. The one thing that makes any kind of scene good is more property damage.
No,
the
I
more shit
agree.
that gets broken in a fight, the more interesting it is.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And I want to write something like that, kind of, sort of. I mean, I think it's kind of obvious at this point. My type of writing is just
Oh,
like.
wait. Ah, he
just
didn't
wanna-
say it.
The next challenge. Are you
My logic of writing fighting scenes is just like, how can I make shit get smashed up more? How can I just have more crazy shit happen?
The finale of Jackie Chan's Police Story, famously stuntmen called it as a joke, broken glass story, just because of how much fucking glass is broken in the finale. So I think that's what you should aim for, is to have your story be collectively known as the broken glass story.
Or have it be like hard boiled. God, I am still not over that movie.
God,
Oh, that
Hard-boiled.
hospital.
Hard Boiled was one of my favorite movies of all time.
Dude, I showed that to a friend of mine. He said, "Man, that's such a bad movie." And I'm like,
Are you kidding?
like,
For one, fuck that guy.
okay.
Please tell me
so
he was a
said-
believer afterwards.
No, he wasn't, because So one of his biggest gripes, where he doesn't understand how Tequila found the gun inside in the library, and I genuinely don't understand how you couldn't figure out that one, it's a book covered in fucking blood. It's a book covered in blood in a fucking library. You kind of don't have to think too hard about how to find that motherfucker. But yeah, after that, he just kind of watched the movie and didn't say anything for like 2 entire hours. And then afterwards, he said, "I hated it."
What a cowardice bitch.
Honestly, a bloody book is just gonna make it even more interesting in my eyes.
Oh man, you should watch the Hard Boiled then. That's amazing.
No, the point was that so a guy, in the Fast and named Alan, kills the guy and then hides the weapon, puts the weapon that he obtained back into a book that had the gun original. But
all right,
all the blood
be the last match.
All right, last match.
A good amount of the blood.
But hold on, first, let me change the background one more time.
And like you can see it because it's where he died.
Set it, okay, last background. Library. Sorry, done.
So the detective figures out, oh, wait a minute, there's a book here with a shit ton of blood on it. And he goes and he keeps looking and looking and looking, and he's like, fuck, yeah, I found it. And my friend looked at it and he went, how the fuck did he find that book? And I don't...
I think a book that has a trail of blood on it would be pretty a telltale sign with that. I mean...
Yeah, because it actually had a trail of blood.
It doesn't have a trail. It's just a book covered in a lot of blood.
That's gonna stand out either way, so it's just like, no dull plot point.
You can smell! You can smell it!
Oh my goodness.
It's like... I couldn't be able to, like, defend it at the time, because I was like, that's such a retarded fucking... No, not retarded.
Hey, come on, man.
Sorry, my bad. That's such a stupid fucking, like, thing to think that there's a plot hole there that I don't actually know how to defend. So I just thought, yeah, that's a plot hole, but then after I finished watching the movie, I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Of course! You're an idiot! And then, like, then afterwards, I just stopped hanging out with that person eventually.
Definitely sounds like you had some ass-backwards ideas on that.
I don't like him. I once tried to devise a revenge plan against him for almost breaking one of my... needless to say, I don't hang out with him anymore.
Sounds like he's a punk.
But,
He's the one who called you a boomer on stream.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck him.
you know, speaking of being called boomer, I don't know what the hell Biz is like...
Man, don't even bother saying what he said. Just kick him from your server.
I am really... It's trying my patience. And
Don't
time...
bother. Just do it. Fuck him. You know, the best part about it is that if I do let him back into the server, his girlfriend's still here, and she said, like, next time he does something, tell me and I'll yell at him. And I am really just this will be fun.
Kay does seem like a really nice person. She seems cool.
Yeah, she's fine. It's Biz who's the problem. Okay, fuck. I can't figure out where I should make the last background. Fellas, give me an idea. One at a time.
Library.
And I was going to say the Dark Tournament stage from Yu Yu Hakusho.
And I was going to say the library.
Well, okay, that's 2 on library. Sorry. Overruled.
I put a link in the IRL sports channel to the most illegal strike in mixed martial arts history. If you can make animated backgrounds, just key that motherfucker in.
It's a WebM.
Yeah, no, but the hospital scene but Hard Boiled should be your go-to for absolute destruction.
Oh God,
yeah.
that kick! Fuck!
Actually,
oh my God, that movie is so good.
One of my favorite John Woo destruction moments is actually in, I want to say, either Replacement Killers 1 or 2, There's just this one shot where they pull out a Magnum, and normal pistols blow shit up in John Woo movies. There's like a shootout in a car park, and someone pulls out a Magnum and shoots a car door, and like they squib it, so they rig it so that like the entire interior lining of the door blows off in chunks on the reverse side, and it's one of the most viscerally satisfying things ever.
Damn.
Oh my god, I'm just picturing it in my head. It's just like, he's got the Magnum. Oh, what's the problem with that? Bam, door just fucking flies.
All right, here it is.
One of the replacement killer movies also had there was no nice. Hell yes, this is awesome. This is the best.
This is what Fires February was made for, and no one's watching.
Kakatogi, baby.
Kakuto Chojin back alley brutal.
This is like a fucking an action movie.
Guys, it's gonna be hard to pay attention to seeing that guy just kick the dude.
You want to fight on your fight so you can fight with your fight.
Take that, Bart Vale, or whatever your name was, I forgot.
No, that's Dirty Bob Schreiber. Bart Vale.
Bob Schreiber, fuck you. You sound like a conservative.
I mean, maybe.
That is such a Schreiber's such a conservative name.
God, it's next.
I mean, I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what a particularly conservative name sounds like in the Netherlands.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think someone who would be a progressive would soccer kick someone in the back of the head?
Oh, that's okay. If you're soccer kicking that way, you are.
You're an
soccer
asshole.
wrong. Like that's not how you play soccer.
Oh God, they're not gonna love. They're not gonna appreciate this at the local FC. I tell you what.
That's like the opposite of how you play hacky sack, if anything.
Fuck, one more fight for reals.
Yeah, one more fight.
Wait, hold on.
There's more problems with these than just him holding on to the rope.
And he says that as the dude just keeps kicking.
No. Okay, no, like I said, this is like the most illegal strike.
Oh God, just the force when you just see his chin drop to the mat.
That is all taking place after
Ooh,
the bell.
oh, Jesus.
Like that is.
Okay. So let's look at this in layers. He's grabbing the rope, which is legal, right?
Yes.
He's hitting him while he's down. This is illegal.
4 points of contact. Yes.
Hitting him in the back of the fucking head.
Illegal.
And the referee and it's after the bell is already run.
And you can make an argument that the guy who's getting struck might be tied in the ropes. Yeah, or be.
He's not tied in ropes. He's just sitting there. He's just.
Well, not tied in the ropes. So you could make an argument if you wanted to make it even more illegal that the opponent was in the ropes, because he is under the ropes. And I don't know if Pride had this, but in certain ruling bodies, any strike that is 12-6 straight down is also illegal. So
12-6 straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
Oh right. Sorry, go ahead. Finish.
So you could make I mean, you have at least 3 modifiers on a 6 modifiers of it being super illegal.
This just makes me realize that the fact that I have what is supposed to be written as like some type of actual wrestling exhibition match, yet it's not actually really much wrestling in the slightest, and
Yeah,
really
it's just
an
shooting at
excuse.
that point.
Well, it's not really, it's not even that, it's just me just making an excuse so I can make one character fight again, and even though she doesn't make much appearances in the story.
Well, just do what I do and base your MMA off of Bariki 1, which is in turn based off early UFC and Pride.
Really? Because most of everything I know was fighting-wise is just based on what I see in Dragon Ball.
Again, what I think we should all do sometime this month, we should watch the first UFC event.
Oh Jesus. I mean, that's going to be a tricky thing just to stream because if,
Well, we don't have to stream. I mean, just a private Discord group watch.
I was like,
Okay, I gotta take down this fucking GIF. I can't watch this anymore. But that was
Then we'll
night
record it
1.
somewhere where the internet can't take it down.
No, it's up on YouTube, the whole thing.
oh, pigeon.
Anyways, that will do it for the first night of Fighters February. Thank you all for joining me, and look forward to the rest of the month, because fellas, we're just getting started.
Right on, and remember,
Woo!
And
Bushido
remember,
lives
kids.
in the Applebee's parking lot.
Remember, kids.
Yeah.
Don't try this at home. Always, if damn, I messed up my joke again. Anyways, I've been your host, Eric, the Iron Fist Clown. With me was
Lord Mo. I'm just Mo.
8-StarKaijin.
Robot Hobo 64. Just call me whatever you want.
we'll see
Y'all
you,
see Robot Hobo 69.
and we'll see you tomorrow with some serious He Hate Me action. Until
Hey,
then,
go lock your siblings. Sorry.
soccer kick your enemies until they bleed.
Sayonara.
Until then, we'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you at the Home Depot.